I'm a fan of the star we are.
What's up, everybody? I'm Super Cowboy.
And I'm Princess Angie, and you are tuned in to The Star We Are.
Hi, this is Jane Slater, and you are listening to The Star We Are.
Plugged in and switched on. This is The Star We Are, live.
We are back, week 6, live from The Star We Are home headquarters with your man, Jimmy J. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is time to show up again, defense. It is time to make moves on the record, for the record. 3, 2, and 1. Can we do it? Can we make it happen? Like I said, welcome, welcome in. Always, always, always fan responsibly, okay? Follow The Star We Are on all your socials. Check us out everywhere we go. Turn on your notifications. If you're here with us right now, smash that like button. Only once, though. Make sure it pops up. Drop some comments. Hang out with us. Share this thing out. Are you ready for today's game? I am. I think this is a W. I think next week is a W. I don't want to get too much into it. Kickoff is right around the corner. So let me hit you with some injury updates. Diggs, Bland, both in. Great news. Booker still out. Tyler Guyton in. I believe Tyler Smith is in, if I'm not mistaken. CeeDee Lamb, of course, is still out. Cavonte Turpin, of course, still out. Cooper Beebe, of course, still out. So we'll have Brock Hoffman at center. And I believe those are the most notable injuries. It looks like, and Jimmy's not sure, it sure looked like somebody on our team, corner, I believe I heard them say, ran into another player during warmups and is going through concussion protocol and is out for their game. It looked like one of our players. I'm going to update you on that as soon as I find out. We are seconds from underway. You know, the Panthers versus Cowboys. It's all over. It's the news today. It's probably the biggest noon game on the NFL. Your man Jimmy J is on the call. So what do you expect? Tell me in the chats what you expect. Appreciate you, Bread the Red Bull. Appreciate you, Micah, for jumping in, guys. You got your guy, Nix. Of course, he's going live, getting ready to watch this game. You know he's hyped up. That part. You got your man Mike Tag, Cuts Jones, and Doug out at the stadium. Go get active on Twitter. Go follow all the right people. Get your updates. Woo, okay. So my prediction, if you watched Thursday's episode, is 31-20 or 31-10. No, 31-20. I'm sorry. Yes, I was 31-20. And Landry said, I'm going to go 31-10 because this team doesn't have anything for us. I said, okay, I'll buy that. I'll jump in with you on that train. So I'm going to meet him in the middle. I'll go 31-14. All right, we'll go right in the middle of that. 31-14. I believe our defense shows up again. I really do. Diggs and Bland both in. This is going to be the only. I think this is approaching the 10th time that these two have been on the field together their entire careers as Dallas Cowboys, Diggs and Bland. So this is going to be a good opportunity to get them both on the field again, play some man corner, put Bryce Young under some pressure. Hopefully Eberflus brings some 5-man blitzes, does a little more of what we've seen last week. And, you know, I want to put trust into my defense, right? I do. But 4 bad showings and then 1 good showing, it's not enough. So I need to see it today, right? I'm calling this score based on the fact that I know our offense is potent, and I think we can get up on this team early and put them under some stress. I'm not necessarily calling that score because I'm like, oh, yeah, my defense is real. No. My defense still has to show me today. Listen, while I'm calling that score, it would not shock me if we end up in a shootout with this team, especially if they're going to run the ball 28 times. We've seen the Jets last week with some of the big first down gashes. Those are some of the things I was worried about. So obviously some of my players to watch today, and you can let me know yours, are going to be on the opposing team. Obviously Rico Dowdle, right? Ted McMillan, Wookiee wide receiver. It's going to be interesting to see who they go ahead and decide to put on him, if it's a lockdown thing and somebody follows him around, or if they just pass him back to forth to Diggs and Bland and see what he can do and maybe who he can take advantage of if he can. And then Shamar James on our side of the ball. Big for me. Coming in for Jack Sanborn, who is officially out on that injury report as well. Also Miles Sanders, if I failed to mention that. We've got Jaden Blue in again. Miles Sanders is out, of course, for the season, unfortunately. Elevate Phil Maffa, please. So Shamar James is a big one for me. I'd really like to see some burst from Jaden Blue, if that's going to be possible. We'll see how many snaps he gets. I mean, it's cliche to say Dak Prescott, but watching him play this season is a privilege. The dude is absolutely balling. He's on fire. You got to be a top 5-4 quarterback right now easily. I would put him top 3 this season. He's probably playing like the MVP. If you ask me if our defense had half a spine in the first 4 or 5 weeks of this season, then we could have a way better record and he might be the MVP. But kickoff is in T-minus, I believe, 60 seconds now. We are getting underway. I believe Greg Olson and I can't remember the other gentleman's name is on the call today. If you are on Fox, and if you are not and you are here with Jimmy, thank you again. I will remind you one more time to always fan responsibly. And the way you can do that right now today is by hitting the like, subscribe, notifications, sharing it out. Let's do what we can do to get everybody in here supporting the Star We Are and what we do. We are hashtag Team Give Back, hashtag Fan Responsibly, hashtag for fans by fans. Right? It's what we do. Let's get it going. I'm gonna have to grab the shades or something. Jimmy's gonna need a drink, some shades. It's gonna get all the studio lights are big and bright, and just in case I say some foul things on air, I'm gonna need my sunglasses. Okay, go incognito, so they can't say it was me when I'm cursing Bryce Young for throwing 50-yard bombs on our defense, who's not there again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, seconds away from getting this clock moving and getting this thing underway. Who are you interested in seeing? We can obviously change these stats throughout the game. Right now, I'm definitely interested in Dak Prescott. Like I said, obviously, I think I would like to see a war of the run game this week. So we have both quarterbacks. We have both running backs. Then we got T-Mac for the other side. Obviously, their new rookie wide receiver, not a Star Wars fan or anything. Their new rookie wide receiver, Ted McMillan. We're going to see how he fares today. And then Brandon Aubrey on the other side. Even coach was like, really, you want Aubrey there? And I was like, yeah, we can kind of switch it up if you want to. If Pickens has a big game or if Flanoy ends up doing something again, we can switch it up. But I really, I'm a Brandon Aubrey fan. So that guy's a legend to me. I like keeping up with his numbers, keeping up with his records, because he will go down in the NFL Kicker Hall of Fame. All he has to do is play until he can't. And he's well on his way. So we are a few minutes past 12. There seems to be a little bit of a delay in Carolina. Just some media things going on. Nothing serious, weather involved or anything like that. Just some technical issues. Pam Oliver is giving the spiel, letting us know what the deal is. And we've got players now approaching the field. So as we approach game time, Jimmy will throw the shades on. We'll roll the shoulders back. Do some stretching. Oh, yeah. Slap the tattoo for good luck. T-minus 10. Not a 49er. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Get out of the way, ref. Come on, guys. There's another second of delay in this game, and Jimmy's going to lose it. Let's get the show on the road. Look at the kicker, even looks bored. Come on, ref. Let's see where this first kick goes. Here we go. And boom, we are underway, ladies and gentlemen. The kick is in the air. It is going to be fielded by, looks like Jaden Blue on the right side. He's going to get one block. He's going to bounce it outside. He's going to be almost to the 30, about the 28. About the 28-yard line. Dak Prescott and this red hot offense are taking the field to start this game, which means the Panthers will get in the second half. It would be nice to take a lead. Dak is doing his leadership thing and dapping everybody up in the huddle. The play look decided a week ago. He called it very, very fast. He's going to line up under center. Javonte in the backfield. Luke to the right. Brevin goes in motion to the right. And he's going to come back across the formation and catch about 3 or 4 yard pass there for on first down for a 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard gain. So here we go. We are underway. Tyler Guyton at left tackle, Tyler Smith at left guard. We've got Brock Hoffman at center, and then, of course, TJ Bass at right guard. I was interested to see if they were going to choose a Energy or Bass there. Bass, obviously, with a little more continuity next to Hoffman, gets the start. Terrence still at right tackle, and then, of course, Flournoy, in the wide receiver 3 spot today with Turpin out. Javonte Williams in the backfield again. Tolbert goes in motion. Dak's under center. It's going to be a handoff to the right, blocked up pretty well. Javonte only finds about 4. Somebody come off their block actually really good. That looked like number 95 for Carolina. So here we are on our first 3rd down. And so it's going to be about a 3rd and 3.5. You got Pat Jones, Trevin Wallace, Christian Rosenboom, and DJ Wanham on the defensive line. Mike Jackson, Travar Norig, Nick Scott, and J.C. Horn out there in the DBs for Carolina. Some of their defensive players. J.C. Horn is a stud. Really, really like him. We got Tolbert in motion from the right to the left, so there won't be a wide receiver on the right side. Dak is shotgun. Javonte in front of Dak. I love this formation. Dak's going to look left, fire, and it's going to be broken up, actually, by Rosenboom. Pretty good play. Didn't look like a great decision there. I'm not going to lie. Tolbert looked open on the far left for Dak. Looked like he had him, but he went with his first look. And the defender made a pretty good play there. Okay, so on second look, Robinson, 94 on the defensive line, actually gets a nick on it with his elbow as he throws his arm up. So it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, which caused the inaccuracy. And after the Cowboys punt, Carolina is going to start their first possession on the 24-yard line. 13-17 to go in the game. In North Carolina, Bryce Young and the 2-0 Panthers at home take the field against this daunted Dallas defense. If you didn't hear the sarcasm, believe me, it was there. This very, very mediocre blue cold defense of the Dallas Cowboys line up with Kenny Clark in the middle, Oso Digizua to the left of him. Looks like we're going to have 4 down linemen. Dante Fowler on the left side, Diggs and Bland on the outside. It's going to be a handoff, and he's going to get about 9. And these are some of this is exactly what I spoke about against the Jets. Big first down runs. You cannot allow those. Rico Dowdle talked mess all week. He went for 200 last week. He wants to do it again against us. That's 9 of it. Ted McMillan and Xavier Legette, your outside receivers. Bryce Young's under center again. Rico Dowdle in the backfield. Strong left side formation. Dallas creeps in and adjusted. It's going to be a play action. Bryce steps up into the pocket, pressure almost gets there, and he's going to deliver a good ball to a tight end, Evans, 84,
First
who found
down,
the zone
Carolina.
for about a 17, 18-yard gain. So 2 big plays already, about 30 yards for the Panthers in 2 plays after a quick 3-and-out by Dallas. This is what you can't see. You cannot go 3-and-out and allow this team at home to walk down the field on you. Defense has to make a statement, and right now. On 1st and 10, play clock at 10. We're going to get a handoff by Rico to the right, and it's going to go for 12 yards. That's 20 and 2 runs. These are the first down gashing runs I've seen by New York that scared me. While New York didn't put points on us because our offense just smashed and dashed them, that won't be the case if we allow Carolina to get in the lead and run for 10 yards on first down. I mean, they're just lining up the big dogs. They're going heavy. On this formation, they're going to spread them out. You got 2 wide receivers right, one being the tight end. He comes in motion as the fullback now, and they're going to play action to Rico. Bryce is going to step back and then give it to Rico out of the backfield, who's going to catch it and get a gain of 15 up the sideline. That's going to be 2 completions for Bryce Young. He's 2 of 2 with 21 yards. We'll update these things, per possession or per quarter. Bear with us. It's a live show. Thank you for being with us. Bryson is 2 for 2 with 21 yards. $34 yards. I apologize. 2 for 2 with 34 yards. Bryce Young's going to be under center. Everybody's lined out right. A wide receiver comes in motion quickly to the left, but they're going to toss it out to the right to Rico, and he's got plenty of space. Goodness. Another 9-yard run on first down. This can't happen, guys. This is not a good sign early. Oh. Rico wants revenge, and we have to deny that request. We just do. 206 rushing yards last week for the young man against Miami. That's the second most in an NFL game. He told the Cowboys this week, they know I'm a violent runner. They got to buckle up. And so here we go. Buckle up, Cowboys. 2nd and 2. It's going to be play action to Rico. Bryce Young's going to feel the pressure this time and almost go down. And he does get rid of it errantly. Somebody tries to go after the pick, but it's going to end up in the dirt. That's going to create a 3rd and 2 here that you really, 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 Dallas, need to step up and get a stop. Javon Diggs is going to cover pretty well and kind of take away what Bryce was looking at there. Wanye falls down, but Bryce had already felt the pressure at that point, and Wanye grabs at his knee. I didn't like that. On this 3rd and 2 with 12 on the play clock, Bryce Young is under shotgun. 2 wide receivers left. Rico to his left, 1 wide receiver right. 13 comes in motion from the left to right, and they're going to hand it off to Rico, and he's going to get met at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be an absolute run stuff. They're going to blow it dead in the grass. Beautiful, beautiful play. Reddy Stewart comes in to help out, and already Kenny Clark and Osa, who were in the mix. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so that's a really good stop. That's a good 3rd down stop. They are going to line up for the field goal. Sometimes you'll see a lot of teams early in a game and just go for these 4th and 2 situations this far into their drive that far down on the field. So that's going to be 3-0 Carolina. The kick is good. Okay, let's go offense. We got to go match that. They marched it down on us pretty good. We'll get the official game clock stopped. I believe we're going to have 8:58 left on the clock. I'm sorry, 9:08 left on the game clock. Make sure you smash that subscribe. Make sure you smash the like button. Thanks for being with Jimmy J. If you want to support the Star We Are, right down there at the left side of your screen at the bottom is a Cash App and Venmo tag that you can definitely do what you do. We will thank you for your contribution if you want us to on all our socials and give you a shout out. If you want it to be private, that's fine too. We won't say anything, but you can definitely support what we do and who we do it for, which once again is the fans. It's for fans. It's by fans. Landry and myself grew up, wishing we had a jersey or a signed football or to go to a Dallas Cowboys game or anything like that. Those were dreams come true to us. And now that some of those dreams are, life has blessed us with the possibility to and not in any major way, we're not season ticket holders or anything, but the fact that we can do it now, we want to give back and do it for maybe those who can't, right? And it's all about the youth. So what we do with our charity is we put it into youth sports, places like the YMCA, different little leagues to help travel teams with coaches and things like that, just because a lot of times these kids that are involved in sports don't always have the best home situations. They need these mentors. And so we try to put the money in the areas where it helps, fund those things and get these kids into sports, because sports can be a family environment, a community building environment. And then also on the side, we try to take some of it, and the whole for fans by fans is like we're the NFL Robin Hood. We're taking from the fans that can and giving to the fans that can't. And we don't steal it, though. We're just asking, hey, if you got it like that, hook the Star We Are up, because you know what we're going to do? We're going to hook a fan up. We're going to send Tegan to a game that she's never been to, that she was supposed to go to with her grandfather, and he had recently passed, so the Star We Are made that happen for her. We're going to help out. We're going to hook up April and send her to her first ever game in a Hall of Fame suite, right? We're going to hook up Jeff and his wife, a couple who came down to the game and met us outside at the tailgate and won our quick raffle and got entered into the game, right? You're going to we're going to help out the Frankies who fly all the way from Germany to be a part of this organization and entered our raffle and won two jerseys and a signed football. So these type of things, right? This is what the Star Wars does. It's what we do. And so you can support that today. And we appreciate it if you do. And just watching and hanging out with Jimmy is much support. Appreciate the love. All right. Carolina's kick is getting underway. Give Jimmy 1 second. All right, the kick is underway. I had to get the voice box ready because I'm ready to do some cheering. This is going to happen. They're going to kick it to, looks like Flanoy on this one. No, I'm sorry. That's going to be Jalen Brooks or Jalen Moreno-Cropper. Well, we got so many Jalen's on the team. Forgive me. I'm sorry. That's going to be Jalen Moreno-Cropper on the left side. He kind of stumbles, doesn't get much. Look like we're going to start around the 22-yard line. Fox is displaying a ridiculous graphic of our line dancers, right? The offensive line, and they're showing them as line dancers. Kind of funny. Kind of funny. Here we go. Dak is going to be in shotgun on first down. It's going to be a handoff to Javonte, and he's going to get about 6 yards. Good run. He kind of gets caught from behind. 73 just got clipped in the back of his ankle there, and it kind of limped up. I do not like that. That's Tyler Smith. Don't roll into the ankles of my linemen, please. They're actually going to call him down way shorter than I thought. This is a 2nd and 6. 20 on the play clock. We've got Javonte behind Dak, who's under shotgun. Ferguson to your left, Schoonmaker to your right side. 2 tight end formations. Ferguson's going to go in motion here and try to pick up a block, and Javonte Williams goes absolutely nowhere. I think that's going to be a 1-yard loss even. So their run game looks potent in their first drive, and ours looks invisible for our first 2 drives. It's early in the game. A lot of football left. 3rd and 6. Come on, Shotty. 2 3-and-outs won't cut it. You cannot ask Matt Eberflus's defense, who has not yet proven itself enough to be out there that much on this football field today. They're going to have a break. Jackson shotgun. Javonte to his right. Flanoy comes in a small motion from right to left. He's going to look toward Tolbert's way, but he's going to hit the second level, and that's going to be Pickens, and that's going to be a first down machine.
First down, Cowboys.
He creates so much separation right there. What a dog. We will get some Cowboys numbers updated at the end of this drive. Hang with us. What a play. Good route. Great route by George there. It's a good formation by Shotty to get the one-on-one and let his man go to work. We're going to play action to the right side by Javonte. Dak's looking across the middle, and he finds Flanoy. That's going to be another really good play. Great play action. Good throw by Dak. Flanoy contributing again early this week, and that's going to be a gain of about 12. The play action really sold everybody, so it's a good first down bite. You know, as long as we stay true to the run, we'll continue to get them pulling up on us like that as long as we run play action. So I'd like to see another run here on first down. We are going to have Luke in the fullback position on the left side of Javonte. Tolbert comes from right to left. Dak's going to hand it off, and there's going to be a pretty decent gap. Javonte's going to find it, get about 6 there. Good run. Good run. We got to have more 5-yard first down runs. Quick score update in the NFL. The Colts, who are absolutely just blazing through people right now to a 4-1 record, are going to score their first touchdown. Jimmy's, offensive player of the year or offensive rookie of the year pick, Tyler Warren, who nobody believed in, caught that first touchdown for the Colts. Dak Prescott's under center. Javonte Williams on the right. George Pickens inside in the slot, but Ferguson moves just inside of him to leave him on the outside. Flanoy on the far left. Dak's going to go play action, drop back deep, and throw an absolute dime to George Pickens, who hurdles
First
somebody.
down, Cowboys.
Like just grew kangaroo legs. That young man looked like a gazelle just then. I'm not kidding you, Cowboys Nation. That was insane. He paused to do it. He was like, wait, I've got to jump. Goodness gracious. What a throw by Dak Prescott. What is this flag? Why is it we got a penalty on who? Throw them both up, coach. We don't know who holding on the defense. That's going to be a penalty on the ops. And then he goes and touches the ref. Throw him out of the game. Who from Carolina just went and put his hands on the ref and said, hold up, to ask him a question? Is that J.C. Horn? That's going to be a hold on J.C. Horn on Pickens, who still burns him. Goodness gracious, what a catch. And then he holds it out with one hand like it's his binky and then jumps. Goodness gracious. What a play. George Pickens is calling for it. He wants the ball again. He's lined up to the left against J.C. Horn. Dak Prescott's in shotgun with Javonte on the right again. Here we go. We are all the way down to the 8-yard line. Dak's going to hand it off. It's going to be an RPO. Doesn't choose to keep it. May have actually. Oh, we got some pushing and shoving at the end of that one. Come on. But of course, Brock Hoffman's making somebody mad. You know he's out there chipping and chirping. That's what he does. Brock Hoffman's always out there trying to whoop on somebody. Hey, Dr. Pepper, you know what they do in Fanville? I won't show the label or anything, but you know what they do in Fanville? They fan responsibly. Hit us up. You know, we like sponsors. Oh, Catherine. Hey, we appreciate that. Donated, but Streamlink is not working. What? Streamlink, I'm not sure. Yeah, no, we don't have necessarily a link on. We're not monetized on YouTube yet. We've got to hit that 500 subscriber mark. So if you're in here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But no, thank you so much, Catherine, for attempting that. We don't have a way to do it on YouTube yet. So so it's just Cash App and Venmo on the Star We Are. But like I said, we could definitely screenshot. We'll shout you out. We can tag you. You're more than welcome to DM us on any of your social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and we'll definitely, just contact us and we can figure out a way to make your donation valuable and felt. And we really appreciate that. Thank you for being here with us today. Dak's under shotgun. He's going to drop back. Wow, way to maneuver the pocket, Dak. He gets out to the left. Oh, and he finds a Flanoy who looks like he gets hit a little early there, but it's going to be really close, so they are just going to call it a breakup. Great play by Dak, though, just to find his way out of that pocket and try to make anything positive happen there. This is gonna put us at 4th and 3. This is gonna be an interesting decision, right? We can obviously walk Brandon Aubrey out there and tie this game up easily. Does Schottenheimer try to make a decision? Dak kind of hits Flanoy in the chest. Defenders hanging all over him. The touchdown that wasn't. They are gonna roll my guy out there, Brandon Aubrey. He's staring it down. And this is going to be right through the sticks. 3-3 ball game. Thank you, Brett the Rebel. Thank you, Micah. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. What a play by George Pickens to get us down there and get us in range. Huge play. 2 great plays right there by George, right? The big 3rd down, so we didn't go 3 and out. And then the big play to get us into scoring range and eventually make that happen. Good stuff. We'll get some updates for you on the screen here. We got some Dak numbers coming. We got some Javonte numbers coming. Brandon's 1-for-1. I believe it was a 28-yarder or 30-yarder. Something as such. Hey, look at this. We got a Fred Jones video. Let's see what's going on with this. Let's see if I can get this on camera for you guys. We've got a Fred Jones video live from Carolina. Him, Mike Tag, Doug, they're all out there. Look at the boys.
Cowboys takeover right here. This exclusive video is for the Star We Are. Hey,
and look at that. Let's go. That's what it's about. Lovely. Appreciate Jones. And we got to play it on the live. He said he was going to do it. Very, very cool. We'll have to tag him and shout him out for that. Very cool moment. Cool deal. Boots on the ground out there. Doug, Mike Tag, Fred Jones. And check this out, guys. Speaking of Brandon Aubrey, who we're getting an update for you right now, who is now 1-for-1 on his field goals. They got to meet the man last night. Go check out Cuts by Jones, Mike Tag. Follow him, on Twitter. Mike Tag is the hype king. Cuts by Jones made this piece that you're looking at right here, that piece that you're looking at right there. Super, talented craftsman and woods worker. So Love his stuff, love his work, and really, really cool of him to send that video like he said he would. That was awesome. Go follow them. Very fun stuff. That's what it's about, the community, Cowboys Nation. That's why we do what we do. For fans, by fans. I love it. That video couldn't have come through at a better time. So scoring drive was 10 plays, 68 yards, took 4 minutes and 20 seconds, and ended with a 23-yard Aubrey field goal. I thought it was a little longer than that. And so the field goal maker himself is stepping up to kick the ball back to Carolina, who will be on their third drive now. Second drive, I apologize. Cowboys 2-2-1, Carolina 2-3. Kick is underway. He's looking like he's going to squib it out to the right. That's actually going to go out of bounds and not be great. Oh, wow. So actually that's going to be how dare I say that guy did something bad and not great. That was actually went from I'm saying that's not going to be great to that was phenomenal. He squib kicked it low and to the right and bounced it just inside the pylon. So it's a touchback, which means they get it at the 20 or 25. We're fixing to find out. I can't remember what they changed the rule to, but if the ball lands in the receiving area and then goes through the end zone, that actually goes against the receiving team. And so that's going to put this ball at the 20, guys. That was awesome. What a Brandon Aubrey kick. You know, you see why Jimmy wanted his stats up there. I wish we could have that as a stat. Super duper kick or something like that. All right, here we go. Bryce Young is in shotgun. Little pressure getting there. Brought Donovan Wilson on a blitz. Love to see it. He had to get out of the pocket, which he does, and actually runs for about 8. So a blown up play turns into a positive for Carolina. But you like to see the pressure. You like to see the blitz. That escape won't be there every time for him, right? As soon as we get DeMarvion Overshown back on the field, those runs will never be there for a quarterback. But it was a good blitz by Donovan Wilson. It gets him out of the pocket, but he just ends up with too much room. Sam Williams tries to chase him down, but runs him out of bounds after 8 yards. 2nd and 2 here. 12 on the play clock. 28-yard line. Bryce Young is under shotgun again. Same formation, but they're going to move the receiver out to the left in motion this time. Go ahead and hand it off to Rico, who gets 5 of the needed 2.
First down, Carolina.
+3 for a first down from Carolina. And as soon as we get them into third down, it's going to get hype up in here because we are going to run that third down. And we're going to get them off the field. But we got to get them there first. 1st and 10. About 3:45 left in this game. Bryce Young is going to be under center this time with Rico behind him. Tight end goes in motion from left to right. 2 wide receivers, 4 down linemen for the Cowboys with Maurice Luafau sneaking up on the left, who's going to get pushed out. But because of that, 50 Shamar James finds his way through and kind of clogs it up. Him and Wanye Thomas come in and help out the defensive line to get a stop of about 1. Love to see Shamar James on the field. He goes immediately back off the field. 4 down linemen again. Davion Clowney on the left side. Looks like Sam on the right. You got Trevon Diggs lined up against Tet, it looks like. Oh, wow. And there was so much pressure on the left side. Bryce tries to go for a quick throw and decides to throw it out of bounds. And I think they're going to get him for intentional grounding because he chose to stand in the pocket and throw it to absolutely no one. Hold on. Let's see what this call is going to be here. We've got some yellow on the ground, but we're just waiting for a confirmation on who this is going to be against. Ineligible man downfield. Okay, so because of the pressure and the way it kind of broke up, it ended up being an ineligible man downfield as he threw it away. So that is a flag on them. We are going to decline it, which is going to result in a 3rd and 9. It might be still a full 10, but this is going to be 3rd down here. Let's get us a stop, Cowboys. Let's get off this field. Jimmy called it. They do not get another first down on this possession. 4 down linemen for the Cowboys. James Houston. That's James Houston on the left. We got Diggs and Kyer Elam on the outside. Bland in the middle, playing slot corner. Pressure gets there slightly. Oh, really good throw by Bryce Young.
First down, Carolina.
On Trevon Diggs, who's going to get just enough for the first down. It looked like a gain of about 9 on a needed 8. Oh, pressure not there quite enough. And I'm not sure why Trevon Diggs is playing 13 yards off his man on 3rd and 8. and then took a 5-step drop. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he asked to play more man coverage and then played off ball about as far as you could there, and he's doing it again. First down for Carolina. Bryce Young in the shotgun is going to go for 4 again, and that's going to be off the hands of Ted McMillan and intercepted by Donovan Wilson, who has room up the sideline, who gets a little bit of a caravan, and he's going to return it all the way to, it looks like about the 30. There's yellow on the field again. We're going to have a possession change, maybe. That's going to be on Carolina, it looks like. So that is going to be Dallas ball. Possession does change hands. Let's go. That's going to be Cowboys ball. Jimmy is waiting on the official. Ooh, I want to get hyped. I'm going to wait. I'm trying to save it for the touchdown. Wow, another yellow flag on Carolina. They're going to go back-to-back yellows here. Brr, blow the whistle on them, coach, because they are going to get an unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike conduct or something after the play on Carolina. So just comes up off the hands of Ted McMillan, gets tipped up into the air. Donovan Wilson finds himself Johnny on the spot. Kyer Elam and Shamar James, Wanya Thomas all trying to lead him down the sideline. And he gets it back to, I believe, inside the 25, close to the red zone. And then by number 5 on Carolina, one of their receivers looks like he gets a little chippy and starts pushing after the play was dead. So that's going to be the penalty. So while he went out on the 23 or 4, they did give us half the distance to the goal because of the penalty, and that's going to be on the 12-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 12.5. Just over 2 minutes left on the game clock, 20 on the play clock. Tolbert on the outside, Pickens on the inside, Flanoy in motion from left to right, Javonte on Dak's right and shotgun. Here's the snap. Dak's looking left, comes back to his right, and he's just going to hit Javonte for about 5 or 6 of it over the middle. Smart play. Clock's running. Carolina looks like that really looked like somebody was trying to gouge Javonte Williams' eyeballs out in the bottom of that pile there. That's weird. You know, you've heard the stories, right, about biting and pinching and pulling hair by these NFL players in the bottom of dog piles. It's a real thing. It happens. All right, clock is ticking. 2nd and 6. He only got 4 of it. 10 on the play clock. Dak's under center. Oh, and that's going to be some false start. That's going to be all over the place. That was some miscommunication. Jalen Tolbert looked to move early. TJ Bass looked to move early. Half the team moved early, half the team moved late. That's just going to be all over the place for the Cowboys. False start on half the team. They officially called it on Tyler Smith, which I didn't even see him move, so that's interesting. Nonetheless, that's going to put us back at about 2nd and 11 from the 13. About 120 left on the game clock. We got Flanoy on the right side. Dak's in shotgun again. George is on the far left with Tolbert as the slot receiver. They're going to give it to Devontae again, who has some really good blocking. They get all of it back, so they're going to end up with 3rd and 4 here. So they get all of it back plus a little. 3rd and 4. This is interesting, right? This is one of those where this feels like, I don't know, you've got to get a few yards, but 4-down territory might be in play. Let's see what we do here. 50 seconds on the clock, 25 seconds on the game clock. It is a 3rd and 4. From there, 5 or 6. It might be the 7 officially. We're 1 of 3 on 3rd down conversions so far today. Flanoy on the right side. Pickens on the. He's just going to give it. Okay, that's going to be real close. He goes in the slot there to Ferguson. And he gets right at 3.5, 4 of it. I think they're going to call him just short. Now, this is what I was talking about. This is about how many yards you needed to gain, 3 to 3.5 of the 4 to be in 4-down territory. I would like to go for this. It's a tie ball game, so you're not leaving yourself behind. And they are. They're going to line up Dak behind center. They're not going to get this play off, unfortunately, because the first quarter is going to end. So, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and fan responsibly. That is the end of the first quarter. We're going to get quarter 2 underway very shortly. Thank you again for being with us. I wish so dearly I knew what link stream Kathy was talking about. I think the link stream is just the YouTube video. The two links in the description, Kathy, are going to be Cowboy Revolution Apparel Company and Dubby Energy, which, by the way, while we have the first quarter break, make sure you use promo code TSWA at Cowboy Revolution Apparel Company.com and Dubby Energy.com, and you can get 15 and 10% off of their products. Some energy, some cool merch, some cool gear. And we'll get a little kickback if and when that happens. We haven't had any purchases yet, but we know they're on the way. We got some stat updates coming for you. That first quarter really felt like it flew by. Really, really interesting. Kind of flew by. They were already in quarter two, 15 minutes of the game down. Not a lot of stoppage of the clock. Both teams willing to run the ball, so the clock kept moving there. And after a few possessions each, we are at 3-3 after quarter one. And Carolina was on their way down, approaching midfield. And after a tipped ball come off the hands of Ted McMillan, rookie number 4, it ends up in the hands of Donovan Wilson, who returned it to the 24-yard line, where somebody from Carolina would get chippy, end up with a flag that put us at the 12. And now the Dallas Cowboys find themselves 4th and 1 from the 7. I'm sorry, we'll check that yard line. It's going to be 4th and 1. And it looks like they were lined up to go for it. It looks like Shotty's going to want to go for this. So I like the call. It's what I expected. When you need 4 yards, if you only get 1 or 2, you take the field goal. If you get 3 of those 4 yards, which it looks like we got 3.5 of them, a good quarterback sneak or any kind of push on a run here probably gets us the first, and then your 1st and goal from inside the 5. That's extremely ideal. We'll see if the quarter break changed the mind of Shotty, which it looks like it didn't. So we are back from the break. Quarter number 2. We've got Javonte to the right. We've got Brevin Spanford on the right side. Lukey motions to the right. It's going to be play action, and Dak's going to find Hunter Lukey, who finds himself wide open. Great play call. Great formation. That's a Dallas Cowboys touchdown. That's a Hunter Lukey touchdown. I believe his first on the season. Let's go. How about them Cowboys, baby? Lovely, lovely. So to start the second quarter on 4th down, first play of the second quarter, and I mean, he has his options. The way that was ran and the play action has 2 Panthers stumble over each other. The linebackers look confused. Brevin Spanford and Hunter Lukey were running wide open in the end zone. I mean, that was just pick your poison for Dak there. So after a good extra point from Brandon Aubrey, we are at 10-3 Dallas. Love to see it. Let's go. I believe that's Hunter Lukey's first on the season. Great job. Great drive. You have to turn those turnovers into points, and we did. When Carolina coughs up the ball, literally, right? When Ted McMillan loses that ball and it falls into your hands, basically in the red zone, you don't come out of that situation with 3. You absolutely have to go punish a team and put 7 on the board. And so, I'm excited about it, but it almost feels like just another day in the office, right? Because it has to be, because I'm really upset if you come away with 3 or less in a situation like that. So very, very good. Love to see it. So we've got Dak Prescott, who is 7 of 10, 70% for his first 10 throws. He's got 69 yards and the touchdown there to Hunter Lukey. We got Brandon Aubrey, who is 1 of 1 on field goals, 1 of 1 on extra points. And then Javonte Williams is going to have 1 catch for 13 yards and 16 yards on the ground at 3.2 a carry. Bryce Young is 3 of 6 with 42 yards, no touchdowns. He does have one interception now, which will get updated soon. Rico Dowdle had a decent first quarter, couple good gashes, couple good gains, and Ted McMillan did have a catch, but he also had a very, very crucial drop that resulted in a Dallas Cowboys interception. So as our one-man team behind the scenes works ever so hard to give you these stats and these updates, remember what you can do to say thank you. If you appreciate the live today, if you appreciate the work, if you appreciate the graphics, and you like, you know what, the Star We Are is working hard. They're trying to bring us content. They're trying to do the right thing. They're trying to do right by fans. You can do what Catherine, was it Catherine? Yeah, I didn't want to pronounce it wrong. I'm sorry. What Catherine was attempting to do, and hopefully we can get in touch with her. And that's support us, right? And that comes in a lot of different ways. It doesn't have to be financially. It comes in hitting the like button. It comes in the form of following us on your socials. It comes in the form of sharing our lives and sharing our content. As soon as we can get monetized on YouTube, we're going to give back to the Cowboys community like you can't believe. And so we're well on our way to do that. Kick underway. Brandon Aubrey is going to put it just inside the end zone, so they're going to take it. So they'll get that at, I believe, the 30 or 35. He looked like he tried to put it at the 1 again. We've got us a good kicker, guys. All right, so getting underway here. Defense back on the field. Again, much credit to Clayton Adams and Schottenheimer for their schemes and designs this year. It's one of the reasons Dak Prescott in this offense is looking so unstoppable, is because you find so often people open, things just working, blockers ahead of their running backs downfield. So great play to design again for the touchdown. Bryce Young on first down is going to hand it off to Rico here, who's going to, on first down again, gash us for 11 or 12 yards. Now, again, we find ourselves in the lead in this ball game, 10-3. And if this is going to be the MO, we're going to give you some big runs, but you can't throw it on us anymore. I guess I'm going to have to take that, but it's hard to stomach giving 12 yards on first down. I mean, that means your safeties and corners are having to make the tackle, right? When a running back's 12 yards deep, that's Marquise Bell coming up and getting railed by Rico Dowdle there. You don't want that. Bryce Young is going to go to Rico again on first down, who's going to have another 8 yards, 8.5 yards. These big first down runs are going to be a problem. I know Carolina hasn't scored yet, but if they decide to go ahead and continue doing this and Dallas doesn't show any signs of stopping it, this offense will be in another shootout. Big collision there by a couple Cowboys hitting kind of each other as they're trying to bring Rico down, getting up a little slow. 22 rushing yards to 60 in favor of the Carolina Panthers. So they kind of told, look, Rico and staff told you what their game plan was coming in. We're going to try to run it on Dallas. We think we can do it. And so far in the first half, they're proving to stay true to that game plan, and they're making it work. Shamar James is going to go into the tent. I don't like to see that. Jack Sanborn is already out. Shamar James replaced him and was playing better football than Jack Sanborn was. That's probably going to mean a lot more Reddy Stewart. When Jimmy told you just a second ago that big collision that happened amongst a few players, right? Shamar James is one of them, and that's why he's in the tent now. Also, him and Marquise Bell had the big collision trying to take Rico down. 2nd and 3 here for Carolina. They're going to be under center. Motion right to left. Play action to Rico. Pressure does get there. Move Bryce around, who checks it down to a wide receiver screen that works beautifully. What a play design. Xavier Legette is going to get about 18 yards there on 2nd and 3. That was a really, really good play design. A lot of motion, the play action to then run it into a wide receiver screen. And by the time Legette catches it, he's got 3 offensive linemen over there in front of him. And so that just works great. Big play for Carolina. Would really like to get a stop here and not let them tie this game. Bryce Young under center. Rico Dowdle in the back. We've got a strong package again. Everybody in tight to the line of scrimmage. This is the formation those big first down runs have come off of. They're going to toss it to Rico on the left, and he's going to get another 12 or 13 yards on first down.
First down, Carolina.
This can wear your defense out and beat you up than 40-yard bombs. Worse than 40-yard bombs. Can we go back to the days of just giving up passes? Because this is going to tear our defense up. People are getting blown off their blocks, blown off their assignments. Every run play they call is working so far. The wide receivers are out blocking that was 2 linebackers getting blocked by wide receivers. Mary Slew found Damone Clark. Bryce Young's going to hand it to Rico again, left side, who Donovan Wilson's going to meet him there at the line of scrimmage that time. That's going to be the first 1-yard run on first down for Rico Dowdle. We held him to a 1-yard run on a third down earlier on a second down. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. These are the situations you want to see. Let's see if Carolina is bold and brave and just chooses to hand it right off again and say, we don't believe you can do that again. If I was the coach, that's what I would do. You're going to have to prove it to me 2 times in a row that you can stop this run game. But they're not. They're actually going to empty out the backfield and go 5 wide. Bryce Young's in the shotgun. So we're going to kind of be manned up across the board here, it looks like. Bryce Young gets a little time in the pocket and finds a wide open Tet McMillan. Donovan Wilson just looks like he didn't even know Tet was there. I really want to see this replay. I really, really have to see this. I spoke too soon. That's going to be one of those breakdowns or something, a miscommunication, a bad zone. He's wide open. He's wide open. It looked like Donovan Wilson didn't even know he was there. I'm not going to lie. After the extra point is good, that's going to tie this game up 10-10. And this is why I said coming into this week, I said it on AM Mayhem. I said it on the Star We Are Live on Thursday. I said it pre-game. This defense has to show me twice in a row the good performance against the 0-4 Jets at the time, who are now 0-5 thanks to us, and another 37 points or something like that by our offense. You know, our defense has to show up and prove it against somebody other than the 0-4 Jets. And so far in this game, other than a Tet McMillan missed pass that come off of his hands, the Carolina offense has been effective. They've been efficient. They've been moving the ball. They're getting out of third downs. They're getting in the red zone. And Tet McMillan makes up for his dropped ball that turned into a pick. Don't worry if we've got everything we want to do. Make sure you like, subscribe. We're running some tests over here, some technical difficulty tests. Needs to be one big box. Yeah. So again, guys, if you appreciate the work, you wouldn't believe what it takes for our in-house specialist Landry's Legend to be off scene right now, making this happen for you on screen. There's a lot of moving parts to what we've got going on. And we're a 2-man show around here. So we do what we can. All right. We are back at it. 6 plays, 65 yards, 3 minutes, 27 seconds. That resulted in a 19-yard touchdown by Tatoria McMillan. Tatoria, I believe is his name. T-Mac with the score. Carolina is set to kick this thing off. Hopefully this Dallas offense can respond. We've got a little wind. It's out there and windy in North Carolina. We saw that with Pam Oliver's hair, and we see it now with the football getting blown off the kickstand. Just a reminder that this month is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The crucial catch for the NFL and what they do for breast cancer awareness is amazing. It's beautiful. Going to return that out. Jaden Blue, it looked like it was, to about the 21. Good special teams coverage by Carolina there. Not so great by Dallas. So it just, again, so Ted McMillan makes a little double move, and Donovan Wilson literally just slips to try to go bite on the first move. He literally just slips, and it leaves Ted McMillan wide open for that touchdown. I didn't know if they were going to show us exactly what happened there, if I was going to have to get to the all 52 to see it after the game. So on first down, unlike the Carolina Panthers, who can gain 12, we get 2. That sounds like about the third or fourth time I've said that. That's going to be Jaden Blue on the first down carry for a gain of 2 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 8. Just over 11 minutes left in this first half. 20 on the play clock. From the 25, Dak's going to be in shotgun. Ferguson's going to go in motion from right to left, which is the side Jaden Blue is on. Dak drop backs. Quick throw over to the right to George, who's going to try to break a tackle and get kind of horse collar tackled and brought down really weird. That's dangerous. He went down in a really, really awkward way. He gets up seeming to be fine, but there's a really nasty looking tackle there. Slides his legs from under him. Yeah, that's got to be ruled as a horse collar. Yeah, he dropped his weight and pulling the back of his shirt, bends his right leg out. That's a hip drop tackle. That guy's gonna get a fine for that. It has to be. Anyway, Dak's under center. Javonte gets it on the left and nowhere to go. Not a yard. Barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. Forgive me, that was Jaden Blue. 23 and 33 are hard to see from the angles they give us. So I won't be calling the running back's name until post-run, just like the last game. Yeah, Jake Ferguson just kind of misses his I'm sorry, it was Brock Hoffman who leaks out to try to get the right side and just kind of misses his assignment. Results in a half a yard loss. 2nd down. From the 31, Jalen Tolbert in motion from right to left. And we are going to get a false start on our Dallas Cowboys. That's going to be a flag, and that's going to move us back. That's going to put us at 2nd and 15. Wow. We can't beat ourselves today. Let's not do that. Yeah, if you're relatively close, you're good. Okay, so just miscommunication there. Jaden Blue thinks he's the one getting motioned, and him and Jalen Tolbert go to move, and that's the false start. Dak drops back. He has time in the pocket, but he ends up just checking it down for about 5 yards to Javonte Williams to get right back to 3rd and 10. So the ball has gone nowhere after 3 different plays. And somehow doesn't even get the 5 back. So we're going to be 3rd and 11 here after a pretty extended drive by the Panthers. The Cowboys are looking to avoid a 3 and out here. Dak Prescott in shotgun. Brock Hoffman calling out the blitz. All 3 wide receivers go to the left side. Picking up the blitz is Javonte. Dak steps up into the pocket and finds a Jake Ferguson, but the pass gets deflected, knocks it out of his chest. There's going to be a flag. So it looks like the defender may have got there a little early. Let's see. Let's get confirmation here. We have got a flag on the field, and it looks like it's going to be on Carolina. Dak's moving the huddle up. So that's going to be on number 8. It is going to be a little pass interference. He gets there early. From my view, I'm not going to lie, it looked clean, but I'll take the ref's word for it. So that's going to be an automatic first down, Dallas, at the spot of the foul. Jake Ferguson chips and then comes out. And, he kind of pulls on his arm as the ball's on the way and then comes over the back. So, yeah, they got him. It was a legitimate flag. Gets a little too handsy. So after a pass interference penalty on number 8 from Carolina, that's going to be 2 penalties for Carolina for 23 yards, 2 from the Cowboys for 10 yards, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line of the Dallas Cowboys. Not across the 50 yet. Flanoy in motion, fake handoff to Flanoy. Dak drops back 3 steps, finds Flanoy on the left side, who has a little crease. He's going to get about 7 of that first down, 6 or 7 yards. So it's going to be a 2nd and 3rd or 4. Just past the 50-yard line at about the 45. 8 minutes left to go in this game. Dak is playing very, very efficient football. Who would have guessed it? That's all he's been doing. Two backs in the backfield. We are going to hand it off, and that's going to go for nowhere. We cannot run the ball on this team right now. I don't know if that's Kwame Brown. Forgive me if I'm getting the first name wrong. I believe that's Kwame Brown. Just a stellar play. Just what you want to see your nose tackle do. Get off your block and hit the running back at the line of scrimmage. Derek Brown, I apologize. Defensive end Derek Brown. Dak Prescott is going to be in shotgun. He's going to drop back. He has time, and he's going to find Pickens, who gets separation again. And that's going to be another first down by George Pickens, who's looking at Carolina in their soul and saying, you cannot guard me, which it appears so far in this game they cannot. Ryan Flanoy goes in motion, which leaves George Pickens manned up, and as he crosses the middle of the field, Dak Prescott, actually puts it a little behind him. Pickens is fast. If he gets that out in front of him and leaves him running, he might get somewhere. Puts a little behind him, he reaches back and grabs it. First down, 36-yard line. Dak's going to be under center here, kind of a strong package. 2 wide receivers on the left. Dak is trying to change the play at the line of scrimmage. 3, 2, 1. He's not going to get this ball off. He did. They did not blow delay a game. And Jaden Blue is going to go nowhere. He's going to lose 2 or 3 yards. Look, listen, just let Dak Prescott throw the ball. I know you can't do it. I know it's hard to do, but for the rest of this half at least, until this run defense decides to stop being so good, for whatever reason, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's going to be a loss of 2, 2nd and 12 here. 10 on the play clock. Dak took forever to get that off, which may have given Carolina the advantage there to, read the snap. We're going to get it off with 5 left on the play clock here. Dak's going to have some time. He's going to check it down to Schoonmaker, who's going to fight through a little bit of tackle and get a good 6 or 7 of that 12 back. So it's going to be a 3rd and maybe 6 here at around the 40. I'm sorry, the 30. 3rd and 4 from the 30. Just over 5 left to go in this game. Tie ball game. Dak is under center. Actually, no, he's going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. He's checking out of that. He's making adjustments. He's going to be in shotgun, 2 to the right side. He's got time. He actually has all day. He's going to go for his guy again, but it's going to be overthrown. The DB is just going to kind of ride over the top of George and cut his lane off without, too much contact. So it was good, actually really good read and play by the DB to read that. Adoree Jackson, very well played. And Just not there. Dak tried to give his guy a shot, which I'm okay with. Really, really gutsy call by Shoddy here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is big. This is huge. 4th and 4 with 4:44 to go in the game. Maybe that's a sign. Can number 4 come out of this 4th and 4 with 4:44 to go on the clock? And the Cowboys are going to take a timeout because there looks to be miscommunication again. Look, somebody is not getting it right. I don't know if it's offensive line. I don't know if it seems to be the backs in this game. Dak looked upset at somebody. Shoddy doesn't look happy. There's some miscommunication, and they have to burn a timeout there, which I'm sure they're fine doing if they're going to choose to go for this. They definitely want to get it right. After watching Rico Dowdle and that offense just kind of run down our defense's throat, it perturbs me a little bit that we have a field goal in the bag right here to take the lead, and Shoddy's okay with potentially putting this defense back out there. Watching what they just did. This, Coach and I go back and forth a lot on this one. This is where Landry would say you take points, and I would probably say go for it. I'm leaning toward what Landry would probably say right here, and that's put the best kicker in the NFL on the field and let him get 3 points, put us in the lead. We're going to be in shotgun. Is this just no, we are going to snap this thing. Dak Prescott did snap it. He's got time, and he's going to find George Pickens, who gets separation, and it looks like he's going to push off. There's going to be a flag, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be a push off on George. We're gonna see. They were both hand fighting. Dak Prescott seems to be walking off the field. I believe that's going to be on George Pickens. We'll confirm it here in just a second. Oh, nope, that's going to be on the defense. No, that's got to be on the defense. What did they call here? That has to be a free first down, right? The defender just smacks him in the head and knocks him down before Dak Prescott makes the throw. Brian Schottenheimer's looking right at the ref going, seriously. George makes the catch. What was the flag for? George Pickens tries to make a crazy hurdle. So it is. So it was first down. First down. It was flag, a spot foul. Yes. Okay. So Dak's under center here. Well, it took him forever to get that right. They're going to reverse it to Flanoy, who almost had a crease. Wow. Derek Brown, again, is having a superstar game for the Carolina Panthers. If he doesn't come off his block and hit Flanoy right there, he might be heading all the way to the end zone. I'm not kidding. All right, so we're going to be 2nd and 7 here. Right at 4 minutes left in this ball game from the 20-yard line. Tied ball game. Flag gives Dallas the first down after a 3-yard run. Dak's in play action, empty backfield. He's got to pass it. He's going to pass it. He's going to throw a perfect ball. He's going to hit the seam. That's going to be Jake Ferguson. That's going to be a Dallas Cowboys touchdown, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause from the home and studio audience. That was a pretty soft round of applause, but we got it in there. How about them Cowboys, ladies and gentlemen? Jake Ferguson. Nobody throws the seam ball like Dak Prescott. And here it is again. Jake Ferguson comes out and just runs it. He doesn't try to fake it. He just runs the seam. Dak Prescott layers it right over the linebacker beautifully. Jake does a little dance, which he usually does. Shake your booty, shake your body. And if Brandon Aubrey puts this extra point through, which he does, that's going to be a 17-10 ball game. You know, I didn't want to say 17-10 yet because we've seen a couple come off the uprights from Brandon as far as extra points go. So lovely. We're going to get some stat updates for you. Remember to shout out your guy Landry. Go follow Landry's Legend on Twitter and go throw that man some love because he is doing killer work over here off screen to keep us up and running, to keep this live and these stats updated and these numbers crunched. And Jimmy is doing everything he can to bring you some color commentary. And what I'm going to do during this commercial break, before we get to halftime, remind you one more time to like, subscribe, fan responsibly, turn on the notifications, you know, all the right things. Follow us on all your socials and give back. Remember, let today and every day moving forward be the day of giving. If you've got 3, give 2. If you've got 2, give 1. And if you've only got 1, share it. All right. That's the way to live. That's the way to life. That's what Jimmy believes. Give as much as you can. Life is all about giving. Give good, give positivity, leave behind good energy. I just wanted to take that commercial break to say that. And also to say thank you for being with the Star We Are, for being with Jimmy, hanging out. Make sure you're sharing the stream. All right. Listen. Dakota MV Prescott. Middle initials MV, last initial P. Might have to do it again. He might just have to go full MVP in this game again. He's been doing it all year. And 1 second, guys. Sorry, I thought I was giving. I thought I was receiving important news from off screen. I was just receiving the news that we need to stop here. News break, ladies and gentlemen. The Dallas Cowboys need to stop, and that is true. The offense just took the lead for us. So, and that's kind of what I was just talking about. Dak Prescott going MVP. I don't want to have to see him in another shootout. I don't want to see Bryce Young look like Russell Wilson throwing bombs on us, and this game coming down to a 38-38, 40-40, some kind of crazy mess. Let the defense start showing up, and like Dak Prescott continue to do what he's doing. You see the man can cook. Another 17 first half points, right? Brandon Aubrey kick is going to be fielded at the 5. It's going to be brought out, and some pretty decent blocking. He's going to gain about 30 yards on that return. So we will start at the 35, which is about the average start position for most teams in the NFL now with the new kick rule. So on that play, they just basically overload it, right? They just overload it. They man up the full left side. They leave the safety kind of floating high. He has to watch Tolbert and Jake Ferguson, and it leaves him stuck in the middle long enough that Dak Prescott freezes him and finds the wide open touchdown to Ferguson. Great play. Bryce Young in play action, Rico Dowdle, or in a shotgun, Rico Dowdle right behind him. Motion from right to left. They will hand it off, and he did not get 9 or 10 or 12 yards. He got 2. That is a 2-yard run on first down. That is what we needed to see. Is Rico going to run for 200 yards again this week? I Rico doubt it. Second and 8 for the Panthers. We got 3 minutes left in the half. A lot of play action formation. A lot of shotgun formations for Bryce Young here. He's going to be in shotgun again. 2 wide receivers on the left. They are going to throw it. No pressure. And that's Trevon Diggs looks back for a flag, and then here it comes. I was going to say, the way Trevon Diggs' body language was there is he held the guy. Like he knew he was fixing to get beat, which he was, and Bryce threw it. But he gets his hands on him, and so that's going to be probably a defensive holding or a pass interference, which is going to be a Carolina first down. And you could just tell in Trevon Diggs' body language, as soon as the ball hit the ground, he turns around and looks at the ref like, did you see me? Yeah, they saw you, bro. So it will be a holding. That's just a 5-yard penalty, but it's an automatic first down. So with 2:49 left on the clock, they're actually going to call it on Reddy Stewart. So I'm sorry, it wasn't Diggs. Diggs looked back as if he knew a flag was coming. But they actually call the hold here on Reddy Stewart. And it was on both. Diggs and Stewart both held on that play. Crazy. Anyway, first down for Carolina. Here we go. From the 40. They're going to play action, not hand it off to Rico. He's going to hit his tight end for a gain of about 5 or 6. Reddy Stewart makes the tackle. Gain of 6. So this is going to be 2nd and 4. Play clock has just as many seconds left before the 2-minute warning. Bryce Young under center this time. Sam Williams out to the right, James Houston to the left. They are going to hand it to Rico, and he's going to get just about the 4 needed. Looks like he's just over the line to gain. So this is going to come to the 2-minute warning, and it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Carolina when we get back, and it looks like it's right at the 50-yard line. So quick 2-minute reminder to fan responsibly, like, subscribe. I like the way the offense is looking. Run defense was really solid in the first couple weeks, right? Or at least we felt like it. Maybe the run defense was good against Philly, against Saquon. It was not against Jalen. Run defense was good against New York, but how good are they at running the ball? This last week they fared pretty well with Cam Scatterbo, doing everything he could to beat Philly, which was awesome. But maybe we were just under the impression the run defense was solid because teams were way more willing to throw it on us. Because ever since the beginning of the Jets game, not just part of the Jets game, the entire Jets game and this game, our run defense doesn't look so great. Now, we're not giving up big bombs downfield, but we are giving up runs, and then we're giving up first downs off of it, off play action. So, again, while you're here with us, we are at the 2-minute warning. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you do it for Jimmy. It's very, very easy. There's a little thumb down there. There's a subscribe button. It's the freest thing you can do today. I think it's pretty free, and it's one of the more valuable things you can do for the Star We Are. So we appreciate your time. Your time is invaluable, and your time means it just as much to us as Dak Prescott touchdowns do. And so we love you. We thank you. And as we finish this 2-minute warning and get to halftime, we'll get all of the Carolina stats updated for you and what they do on this drive. Hopefully we can get a stop. They're only at the 50. I would like to see, we do have 2 timeouts left. I'd like to see a couple quick stops or a couple quick, downs, maybe the clock stop a little bit, and then give Dallas maybe a chance to go get 3 out of this, right? If we could end up more than just 7 at the end of this half, that would be huge. Carolina's going to do everything they can to tie this ball game before the half. So here we go. About 45 seconds until we are back underway from the 2-minute break. Again, reminder, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. If you're not aware of it, be aware of it, right? If you don't have a family member going through it, trust somebody has. Jimmy's had a family member go through it. A brother of mine's wife, and it's a horrible, horrible thing. And so it's something nobody should have to go through. And so Breast Cancer Awareness Month, crucial catch from the NFL, really important stuff. Get involved, see where you can help out and how you can raise awareness. On this first down, we are going to get that gash I was talking about. Rico Dowdle is going to get about 9 of 10 out to the 40. So he runs from the 50 to the 41-yard line. This is going to bring up a 2nd and 1 for Carolina, with the clock running under 2 minutes, and we are underway. Can Dallas get off the field without giving up points? Just outside of field goal range. Bryce Young is under center. Rico Dowdle in the backfield. Tech McMillan on the right side. Bryce Young is going to change the play at the line of scrimmage. 15 seconds on the play clock, so he has plenty of time to do it. Play action. He's looking Tet's way, and he's just going to check it down to Rico, who does end up with the 2 yards.
First down, needed, Carolina.
Probably about 5 of it. And he's showing off and doing all kinds of stuff and trying to rub it in Dallas's face. Just for that celebration, I would love to see them come away with no points right here. Just for celebrating a 4-yard first down when you didn't do anything yet and you need to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're in a hurry-up offense. I'd have been mad if he was on my team and acted like that just then. Let's go. He's under shotgun from the 37. They're going to give it to Rico, who's going to get – wow, what a tackle. Somebody with the arm strength, Osa Odigizua, grabs him by I'm talking about the fibers of his sleeve and yanks him down. He grabbed a thread. He likely unraveled that man's entire jersey just then. That was strong hands right there. It looked like Rico had a little bit of a hole. He just kind of reaches through and gets one hand on him and pulls him down. Looks like it was Osa. Digizua, number 97. Can't wait till my guy number 94 is back on the field. I've been missing him, Mr. Marshawn Nealon. Speaking of Marshawn, shout out Marshawn Nealon. Go follow him on Instagram. Also, go follow his lovely lady, Season Stitches, on Instagram. She makes really cool, unique stuff. She made some really cool stuff for Marshawn, and we're in the works right now with Miss Nealon. I'm just, that's not official or anything. I'm just saying that. Anyway, we're gonna get a little custom item made for Marshawn and have him wear it, and it'll be pretty cool, a little unique thing. Marshawn was one of our first players to join the show and do an interview with us, and he's a really good young man, doing things the right way, and kind of talked about it during the show, right? Talked about watching guys come in the NFL and get a little money and then do it the wrong way and not stick around. And his mentality was all about work ethic, doing it right, playing right, living right, eating right. And so I'm glad they gave him 94. D-Law used to be my guy until he got burnt out, literally. And I'd really like Nealon to go far. Him and Cooper Beebe, they're probably my two favorite players on this team. And they came in the same draft class, which is really cool. So I'd like to see them both get paid and be around for a long, long time. This commercial break seems longer than the 2-minute warning. I believe there's going to be about 41 seconds left on the game clock. Carolina is definitely already in field goal range, so no field goals are gimme unless you're my kicker, but I don't think it's a long one. Next week versus the Commanders, Jimmy may not be live with you. It will be Jimmy's birthday, so we'll see. Okay. I would like a stop. We've got Kenny Clark and Osa right in the middle. Dante on the right side. Bryce Young's going to be under shotgun here. He's really taking his time to snap this ball. 7 on the play clock. He does snap it. He's looking to throw. A little bit of pressure. It's caught underneath only for about 2 or 3 yards. And wow, so this is going to be great for Dallas. No way. So they try to run some kind of trick play where they toss it back and it ends up being a live ball and fumbled. There becomes a flag on the field because of it. I don't know who ends up. It looks like Carolina ends up with it. That was almost Dallas ball, but I don't know where this ball is going to end up. He's getting tackled and tries to make it's a legal forward pass. So that's actually not going to be a fumble, but it's going to be a penalty. So he tries to toss it back to Rico. And then Ezaraku, as Rico picks it up and tries to run with it, punches it out. Now, I wonder if Dallas is allowed to deny this penalty here that's a forward pass. I don't think so. Because the ball gets knocked way back and recovered by Carolina, but way, way back, right? So I don't know if Dallas can say no on the penalty and take the yards and push them way back, or if they have to just take a forward pass penalty. Let's see what happens here. So they looked at it again, and it was a backwards pass, not a forward pass. So it is just going to be recovered by Carolina, but after a lot of lost yards. So let's see where they're going to officially spot the ball here. That's going to leave us right at a half a minute on the clock. 3rd and 18 is going to be the official down and distance. So this is going to be interesting for Carolina here. Are they just going to try to get some yards back and guarantee themselves an easier 3? Or are they going to try to throw one and get it all here and maintain the possibility of scoring 7? This is one where you almost just feel like giving them the yards for the field goal, right? Because you do not want to give up the end zone or the first down even. So the officials are still taking some time on getting the ball spotted correctly, which is kind of giving Carolina a lot of time to think about what they want to run here. One of the officials is having a talk with Schottenheimer. And also the Carolina head coach. So they're I believe they're discussing game clock, position, spot, everything. They're all over the place. There's two officials talking to both head coaches. Okay, so because it was okay, so the runoff, right? That's what they were trying to figure out. The time, the runoff, if one of the coaches wanted to call a timeout because the clock is going to have to start back live. So they did run off some clock. So we're going to have 20 seconds here is where they officially put the clock. Shotty is going to go ahead and say timeout before the clock. So then they're going to put 30 back on the clock. What are they doing? So we're going to leave our clock because we're not sure. We're not sure what they're trying to do. We should have been at halftime. We're going to have some stoppage time for this? Because that was an extremely long delay. And so they are just going to go 30 seconds, 3rd and 18. Dallas takes the timeout. Shotty might want this ball if they don't get anything to try to get our own 3. Bryce Young is under shotgun. They're going to finally snap this play, and they're going to get about, 8 of that 18. And so it's going to be interesting to Shotty immediately call the timeout with 25 seconds to maybe look for his own field goal. Because you got to remember, with Brandon Aubrey, all you have to do is have a return come out to the 45 and then get 6 or 7 more yards and you're trying a kick. So I like the fact that Shotty is being mindful here of, hey, I have the best kicking weapon in the NFL. Every one of these halftime seconds can result in 3 for my team. So I like the decision to take the halftime after the fumble. Take the timeout after the fumble, take the timeout here, make Carolina take their kick, and then see if you can end up in position to kick your own long one. So really good decision. I like the game management a lot. You know what? And I'll say this: being Schottenheimer's first year after a 4-year regime of Mike McCarthy, way better clock management and halftime and fourth quarter management. This is a 55-yard attempt on 4th and 10 for Ryan Fitzgerald. He's 8 of 9 from this distance, so he's pretty accurate. And he is going to sneak this one just inside the right upright. That's going to leave 20 on the clock, so it is going to be 17-13. So Carolina does still end up with the 3 points after the big fumble. Would almost cost them hugely. Boy, if they turn that ball over there, Dallas is almost certainly looking at going to get 3 of their own. So for them to still end up with 3 at the end of that is very fortunate. And now after this ensuing kick, we will see if Dallas just kneels the ball or if we try to let Brandon do something special. Obviously, it's going to depend on the return if we get one. Now, barring something crazy here, I'm happy going into halftime with a lead, but getting 3 out of this and being back up 7 would be phenomenal. Fitzgerald lines up to kick it to Dallas. Let's see if he lands it in the spot. If we get a return out of this, 20 seconds left in your half, 17-13 in North Carolina. Dallas versus the Panthers. Here we go. The last kick of the second half is up, and it is going to hit the ground and go through, and that's going to put Dallas at the 20. Jaden Blue literally misses it. Goes right through his arms, bounces between his legs, and goes out of the end zone. So this is going to be 17 seconds left. Literally just doesn't track the football. Just a whiff. I was a big proponent of seeing some Jaden Blue on the field this year, and he's just he's only on the field because of the Miles Sanders injury, and to be honest, he's not making the best of it. And so after that, getting it at the 20 with only 17 seconds left, Dak Prescott is going to take the knee. We are going to take this into halftime. All the stats on your screen are accurate. Jimmy will be back with you. I'm going to remind you once again, listen, we're going to put you on a little halftime break here. Jimmy's going to take a break, grab some refreshments. While we do that, I remind you to fan responsibly, hit the subscribe button if you're here with us. It takes a lot to put into these lives, and so we appreciate your subscription. It means a lot to us. Thank you for your support in our channel, and we will be back. Let's go Cowboys. Well, Jimmy missed a play, and it was a big one. After the kickoff to start the second half, which thank you if you're still here with us. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I can't say it possibly enough. So after the kickoff, huge play. Huge play. They're already at the pass. I didn't quite see who it was running wide open. Almost broke it for the big one. They're going to be at the Dallas 43. They're going to hand it off to Rico. There's going to be an immediate flag on the play. He does get another 12 on first down. I don't listen. If I had a nickel for every time I said Rico Dowdle 12 yards on first down, I would have 20 cents right now. We'll see what this penalty is. Defense, offsides. That's going to be on Dallas. And that's going to be declined because that's another 12-yard run on first down for Rico Dowdle. Now you owe me a quarter. Oh. So, two big splash plays to start the half. No adjustments made. What happened? Now, I know obviously you can't stop every play. Maybe this is just the big, first half drive going, they're putting together their best. I don't know. Let's see. Bryce Young drops back out of shotgun, rolls out of the pocket and finds a wide open Rico Dowdle. A wide open Rico Dowdle. He is burying us. He's burying us. He just did a celebration in the end zone, pulled out the shovel, started scooping, throwing the dirt over his head, and said, "Get these boys out of here. They can't hang with me today." So here we go. Dakota MVP Prescott is going to have to do it again because this defense is not here again. I told you, Jimmy said it. I said it. I said it. I said it. 4 bad weeks in a row. You did nothing by showing up against the 0-4 Jets. Put up a defensive performance against a team that has any sort of weapons to speak of. I get it. The Jets got Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. I can't tell you what happened there. Because this doesn't look any different right now, guys. It just doesn't. This is bad. You can't let your offense keep scoring 30-plus points and being in dogfights. It's not sustainable. Anything that resembles a defense on this team has a lot of potential. The offense is more hurt than the defense right now and ain't missing a beat. We had 4 down offensive linemen last week. They miss a beat. No CD Lamb for a 3rd straight week. No beats missed. For Dak Prescott, no starters, no problem. For Matt Eberflus, it's just no show. Where's our defense? I felt some of the issues there last week. I called them out. I seen it. Like I said, the Jets they ended up putting points on the scoreboard. I know some of it was garbage time. I know we basically held them to 17 or 22 for the most part of the game. The last touchdown, I think they got to 22 or whatever, something like that. We did well. But they were moving the ball, though. That's what I'm saying. They didn't end up in the end zone a lot. But they moved the ball. They went for it on 4th a couple times and didn't get it. And that's why I had no confidence in the defense coming in. Let's go, Dak Prescott. We're back from the break. Andrew's working hard in the booth to get all these numbers that the three stars of the Carolina Panthers just continue to put up, while our Dallas Cowboys offense does everything it can to keep us in the game. And again, Jalen Moreno-Copper and Jaden Blue looking at each other and watching the ball bounce in the receiving zone and roll through the end zone. We get the ball at the 20 again. This is, I'm telling you right now, man. Oh, my goodness. Oh, everybody can't play the same people. Oh, they're showing the replays. I'm disgusted. I'm not even going to talk about it. 3 people can't play one guy. Dak Prescott's going to be in shotgun from the 20. Hunter Luepke at fullback. Check it down to Javonte, who gets 8 or 9. Good play. Javonte with the quick grab and turnaround, runs through somebody to get an extra few yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 1. Just under 13 minutes in the third quarter. The Panthers came into this game the 30th ranked team scoring points in the first half. They put up the most half of any other NFL team so far today. Or no, no. I'm sorry, because that was just scored in the second half. So that second stat that Jimmy just quoted you is going to be wrong. But they did come in as the 32nd ranked first half scoring team this week. Dak Prescott in shotgun from the 31, 1st and 10. Brevin Spanford in motion from right to left. We're going to hand it to Javonte. He's going to bounce out and try to find a little room. Has to turn it back inside and gets maybe 1 or 2. That's another very short gain on a first down run. You got to stick with it, though. While I'm mad that they're only 1-yard runs, I'm not going to sit here and say that we need to stop running the ball on first down. I don't believe in that. Not in a 3-point ball game. Jalen Tolbert in motion from right to left, empty backfield. So Dak is going to drop back and let this thing go. He's got plenty of time. He's going to hit Jalen Tolbert, who grabs it and gets almost all 9. We're going to see they mark him just short, about a half yard. So it's going to be a 3rd and a short 1 here. $20 seconds on the play clock, 11 minutes on the game clock. Dak Prescott's going to be under center. Hunter Luepke in the fullback on the left side. Brevin Spanford moves to the left side, so very strong package left. We're going to toss it out to the left for Javonte, and he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd and 1, we're going to lose a yard on our toss play. Instead of lining your big guys up and pushing somebody forward, we're on 3rd and 1, we run a toss play. I'd rather go 2 quarterback sneaks. We don't know how to run a tush push around here. I mean, that's just. And now we're gonna go for it here. Shoddy is all about going for it on 4th down. This is 4th and 2 from our side of the 50. This might be a fake play. Dak, it looks like he's changing it, but he might be faking. Yeah, it's a hard count. They're not going to snap this ball. Oh, man. I hate the play call on 3rd and 1. Be powerful. You know what? And if you're going to go for something like that, run play action. Run play action and let Dak throw it. We haven't been able to run the ball very successfully so far this game. We ended up taking the 5-yard penalty, which just basically grants them 5 yards of field position by trying to get them to jump offside. So Brian Anger lines up for the punt here. Hunter Renfrow to receive it. Kick gets off clean. He's going to receive it at the 14. Oh, and that's a great play by Damone Clark. Not a good play. That's a great special teams play by Damone Clark, who dances right into the referee and almost knocks him on his butt. That was hilarious. Again, Derek Brown having an absolute stunner of a game. He's the one who broke off his tackle again, got outside with the speed, and hit Javonte Williams before he could pick up the first down. If it wasn't for Derek Brown, this defense might not be able to stop us. He's played phenomenal. I'm not going to lie. Foul on the receiving team. So we got a quick little flag here. We didn't see that one come on. The first down, they're just going to back them up a little bit. It was an after the play. Oh, yeah. Ransom comes and puts a little extra hit on somebody for no reason, and so they gave him a flag for it. 20-17, Carolina ball. Dallas just had to punt after getting 2 first downs and then getting stopped on a 3rd and 1 on a toss play to the left, which was a horrible decision in Jimmy's opinion. You can keep yours to yourself. All right. I expect nothing more than a nail-biting shootout. Now, I expect nothing more than the team with the ball last might be trying to get the last 3 or 4 points needed to win the game. You know, it's looking like one of those things. This is a situation where Dallas's defense can really put us in a bad spot if they have another drive like that. Then we're going to be down 10. And we're going to be playing from behind. Now, in Jimmy's mind, that could possibly be the best thing for us, because I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm Brian Schottenheimer, I'm not running the ball much for the rest of this game. We're just not doing it. We're not. If we've got them on their heels, 2nd and 2, you know, we line them up wide, and they've seemed to empty the box. It's first down, maybe, but I'm not running the ball much for the rest of this half. It's just not working. Derek Brown is terrorizing us in the run game. And Dak Prescott's playing like an MVP so far. No mistakes. Good throws, no mistakes. I mean, he a couple little behind. You know, everything hasn't been laser perfect so far. But it's still MVP caliber football. It just is. If you're here with us, go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. You may just be joining us. You may just be passing through. You might just say, Jimmy, you know, where'd you get those glasses? And I would say, I have no clue. Okay, 9:44 on the clock. They're going to start this drive because of that flag on the 7. So we've got 4 down linemen, wide receiver to the right. They look like they're in a strong package again. Rico Dowdle is standing on the goal line, and he's going to get about 5 or 6. Pretty good tackle by Trevon Diggs there. It's good to see him get in there and try to hit somebody. 2nd and 4. That's going to move him out to about 13, 14-yard line. Ten seconds on the play clock. Rico Dowdle is going to be behind a shotgun Bryce Young. They're going to move Xavier Leggett left to right, hand it off to Rico, who's going to have more than just the first down. He gets a gain of about 10 or 11, so that's going to be a Carolina first down. He's pointing, he's bragging, he's rubbing it in Dallas's face. Listen, he's coming for us. He's coming for the throat. He said he wanted us. He said we're soft. He said he's going to hit us hard. We know he's a violent back, and he's hurting people. He's already got 107 on the ground, 53 in the air, 160 total all-purpose yards, and a touchdown. I mean, he's doing everything he said he was going to do to us, plus some. And because we're so scared of it, we're jumping off sides early. or jumping early. That's going to be a foul on, I'm not sure, Jay Toya, it looks like, who just returned. Jay Toya was sidelined last week, I believe, in illness. So he's back on the field, and that was a mistake. 7th-round rookie out of UCLA, drafted this year, Jay Toya. It's all right, young man. You got some people on the sideline trying to encourage him. That is going to give a free 5 yards. It's going to be a 1st and 5. Dallas is actually winning the penalty battle. Carolina has more penalty and penalty yards. There's going to be a 1st and 5 from the 27. Bryce is under center. He's going to give it to Rico. He's going to have a blocker on the right side. And boy, if Shamar James didn't get there and make a tackle, I don't know where he's going. But he's going to get the first down, 6 or 7 yards. And he might be still running right now if Shamar James doesn't make that tackle. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And now he'd be celebrating the touchdown. So thank you, Shamar James, for making that tackle. Another first down on the ground for Carolina. Listen, this can't be a thing where teams can run receivers down the field for 40-yard routes and it blows our zone defense up. And then teams can also, say, hey, we're just going to run it for 30 times on you. What can you do about it? Our defense can't be this bad all season, guys. 1st and 10, Bryce Young under center, play action to Rico, and the pass rush is going to get there. The blitz came off the right side. What a time for Eberflus to say, you know what, I'm bringing a couple extra people, because I believe there was 6 on that play. Somebody came from the middle, it looked like. They did. 2 blitzers, so 6 came, and that's what happens. They ran play action because we'd been biting on the run, and he has no time to come off the play action. So that's going to be huge. 2nd and 15. It's a good opportunity to get off the field. Great play by Marius Liufau, making the tackle, reading it, bringing Bryce Young down. That's going to be a couple sacks for him this season. There's going to be a flag right after the snap. That's going to be a false start. So this is going to be a 2nd and 20. It's going to be a flag on Carolina. That's going to be on right tackle Christensen, or right guard, Christensen, number 70 for Carolina. That's going to put them 2nd and 20. They're still on their own 23. Dallas is going to be manned up on the right side. Looks like they're playing a mix of man and zone here. We've got 4 down linemen on the line. Bryce Young is in shotgun with an empty backfield. He drops back, no pressure. He's going to leak out to his left side. He's looking. Little pressure finally gets there, and he's going to throw it away. That's going to be sort of a coverage play there. So that's going to leave him in a long 3rd and 20. Long 3rd and 20. And boys, just some across the NFL news. These Baltimore Ravens are struggling. They find themselves down 14 points to the Rams, who are favored, if you believe it or not, by 7 points to beat the Ravens. How down bad are you when you're favored, or when you're underdogs by 7 points and you're the Baltimore Ravens led by Lamar Jackson? It's tough. They are going through it this year. They're going to end up with a good draft pick. 3rd and 20, Bryce Young is in shotgun. He's going to bring the back over to his left side, switch him over to the right side. This is probably for protection, because that's James Houston over there on that side. No wonder he brings the protection. James Houston gets through the chip anyway, but he leaks it out to the left. He's going to complete the pass, but it's going to go for maybe 7 of the 20. So, you know what? What an impact James Houston is having on the game, when I can sit here and see, without needing the 52, that Bryce Young was like, yo, that's James Houston running back. Get over here and chip him on that side, because I can't be taking sacks. And then immediately, even after bringing the extra protection, still threw it out to the left side quickly. That's a James Houston impact, y'all. And if you like James Houston, I need you to like this video. If you like this 4th and 10 and this punt coming from the Carolina Panthers, and you think these Dallas Cowboys are going to win this football game, I need you to hit subscribe to the channel. I need you to go follow the Star We Are on all your socials. I need the 9 of you in here to put kick return for a touchdown in the chat. No, I'm just kidding. That's a lot to write. But he's got, oh my goodness, we get another dropped punt after a dropped field goal earlier. What could have been a really good return, if he fields that correctly, turns into only a return of about 12. All right, again, thank you guys in this quick break, as Dak Prescott and his MVP caliber play is getting back onto the field. Hopefully we can get a sustained drive here, give our defense a rest. I need you guys watching in here to hit the like, hit the subscribe, Stay tuned into everything the Star We Are does, and make sure you always, always, always fan responsibly. Hit me one time with a fan responsibly. Go. Oh, see, yeah, that's all right. Let's just try this one more time. Oh, there we go. We got a background fan responsibly. Whoop, whoop. All right, guys. Since 2017, 5:28 left to go in this game. I believe all our stats are updated. If not, we'll get that done soon. Landry is working hard off scene. We are a two-man show. We are bringing you all the goods, everything we can on this road game, week 6 in North Carolina, Charlotte, I believe, Bank of America Field. And I need Dak Prescott to take him to the bank. I need him to take us to the house on this drive. That was a pretty, they kind of shot themselves in the foot. We got a good stop. They end up with a flag. We end up with a sack, so the defense rewarded us there. I was bashing them because that drive right there, it looked like it was fixing to be another Rico Dowdle, just escort to the house. It really was. It looked like Rico Dowdle after Rico Dowdle after Rico Dowdle, and he was finna just walk it down. The first down, play action that they run with the Maurice Lufau sack puts them in a long down and distance. They only get a couple of it back. They end up with flags, the whole thing, and so we get a punt out of it. Offense really needs to, after that horrible toss left on the 3rd and 1 and getting kicked off the field, they really need to go get at least the 3 back, tie this ball game, try to put points on the board, and go into this 4th quarter, even Stevens, and see what we can do. And like I said, I really feel like we're going to come down to the last team with the ball. I really feel like we're going to come down to the last team with the ball here, and a defense is going to have to make a play while an offense is going to have to make it. You know what I mean? It's just going to be that kind of game. I can't see a team pulling away from the other at this point. Dak Prescott absolutely cooking so far this game. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. We're back on the field. 5:28 left in the game. 24-23 on the play clock. Dak in shotgun. He's going to fake a toss right, throw it left, and that's going to be Flanoy, who gets about 11 yards there. Great play. Nice slant. Good little misdirection. I like the play call. Looks like we're in a little bit of speed mode here. Dak's going to kind of hurry everybody back up to the line. We're not going to let Carolina. Well, okay, never mind. It's a quick huddle, so they are going to get a break. Looked like we were going to try to keep him on the field, go into a little bit of hurry up. 1st and 10 from the 37. Hunter Luke to the right of Dak. He's going to bring Javonte back to the backfield, so it's going to be a strong formation, but he is going to throw it. It's going to be George. He's going to catch it. He's going to get about 7. I like the play. I like what we're doing here. We're really a lot of misdirection and deception, right? Go in a strong formation, throw it to the single wide receiver. Go in a wide formation. I'm liking what shot he's doing. Tony Romo, 34,000 yards. Dak Prescott is not too far behind the all-time Cowboy leader. He only needs about 1,200 yards. That's probably going to happen this year, barring something crazy. He's cooking. And let's hope he continues to cook on the 2nd and 3. He hands it off, and that's going to go nowhere. I told you, listen, Brian, I said it. I'm not handing the ball off anymore. What are we doing? Guess who? I don't got to tell you his name. If you haven't heard me say Derek Brown enough, we'll just know that was Derek Brown on the stop. This is getting ridiculous. Brock Hoffman and TJ Baskett absolutely whooped. Boy, listen, I like them, and they have come in and played adequate for us, and I'm not taking anything away from them, but they are getting cooked this game, and I think it's a strength thing. While they're solid in what they do, Cooper Beebe and Tyler Booker are much stronger, and we needed them this game against this D-line. Dak Prescott under shotgun, takes the snap. He's going to look deep. He's going to take a shot. That's got to be a flag on the quarterback. That's got to be a flag on the DB. That's going to be multiple flags on Carolina, I think. If they didn't call the shot on Dak, it looked like he got hit right in his face mask. Yeah. And so this is going to be a great job by Dak to give George Pickens a shot at this and throw it up. He gets torched. Wow, and it's kind of a hit to the face. Not really it is kind of a hit to the head. It's up high, so I think they called that and the pass interference because the DB just runs right into George Pickens. So whatever flag they called, we're going to get them. That'll work. That's going to be a first down. That's going to be where George was. That's going to probably be a spot foul because that definitely will probably take the defensive pass interference, whether they call the quarterback hit or not. But they can't stack them both, right? You can't take the pass interference and the hit on the quarterback with the extra 15. So it's going to be a spot foul. Let's see exactly where George was during that foul. That foul was going to be on Roseboom. And again, Dallas is winning the penalty battle in this game. We have way less flags than they do, way less flag yards than they do. They're getting penalized at a pretty high clip. Yeah, and that was definitely a hit to the head on Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's going to drop back, and it's going to get knocked down at the line of scrimmage. I'm just going to assume that's Brown that got his hand on the ball. I don't even know who it was, but we'll just give him credit for it because he deserves it all at this point. If I see an interception downfield, I'm going to say it was the radio days. I appreciate that, Micah, killing the radio days. That would have been really fun to do some radio. You know, we need to start streaming to Spotify. Get us on the radio. Kyle Robinson in the house. What is up, Kyle? Hopefully you're enjoying the game, enjoying the show. Dak Prescott's going to give it out to George on the right, who's going to get most of that 10. That's going to be about a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 maybe at the longest. George Pickens finding himself open again. What a game. We might exchange Brandon Aubrey for George Pickens in the fourth quarter to show stats. We'll see where he's at. He's having himself a good game. Dak Prescott he's going to be in shotgun here. He's going to change it at the line of scrimmage. He's making some changes. Javonte Williams to his left. 2 wideouts on the left. Ferguson and Pickens on your right. Dak Prescott's going to go back to the line and check into something else. 7 on the play clock. 3rd and 2 from the 35. Immediately goes to Pickens on the slant. And what a call by Dak. And Pickens is going to get all the way out there with the speed. And that is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, a Cowboys touchdown.
How about them Cowboys?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. George Pickens just went to sleep on the football. And Dak Prescott just went to the Hall of Fame in my mind. Let me tell you what this quarterback is doing at the line of scrimmage, ladies and gentlemen. He took every bit of that play clock to say the defense is doing this, this, and this. So here's what I'm going to make my guys do. Touchdown. You do not play better football than Dakota Rain Prescott right now. You cannot. You don't do it because you can't do it. Find me a quarterback in the NFL playing better than Dakota Prescott, and I'll give that quarterback money, and then he's probably got way more than me. You understand what I'm saying? MVP odds, I don't know who's got them. Puka Nakua, poo-poo, no thank you. Dak Prescott is the MVP of this league right now. Wow, wow, wow. 3 changes at the line of scrimmage. 3 different checks and calls. Everybody heard it. Touchdown. That's my quarterback, man. Listen, Dak Prescott is in rare form, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching this game, what you are witnessing is probably I know Baker's cooking. I know Josh Allen can play, right? I know Jared Goff is accurate as can be, and that offense is a well-oiled machine over there in Detroit. But man, how can I'm going to stop the Dak riding. No puns intended. Yeah, it was. I'll stop, but you get it. And as we get some updates, just look at the numbers. I mean, 1,557. No, I'm just kidding. Landry working behind the scenes to get you these stats updated. Jimmy working right here in front of your face to bring you the game. We're doing what we can to bring Cowboys Nation the entertainment and the fanning responsibility that is required and necessity in today's world. It is a necessity. And what's also a necessity is I don't see as many likes as many people watching. So if you haven't yet put your thumb on the thumbs up button, do that for us. If you are a Carolina fan and you hate that your team is down right now, then feel free to exit the live. But if you're not going to exit the live, then hit the like button. If you're one of the Dallas Cowboys fans in here that haven't put your thumb on that thumb up yet, do so. Share the stream. Man, listen. You can support what we do right down there at the bottom of your screen by fanning responsibly, by subscribing, by joining, you can donate to the Star We Are. We'll shout you out. We'll give you credit for it. If you want it to be a private donation, that can be worked out as well. 6 plays, 73 yards, only took 250 because 34 of it was all in one play by a Dak Prescott designed touchdown. I don't know what shot he called and what Clayton Adams called at the beginning of that play, but Dak Prescott turned it into about 3 different things and turned it into a touchdown. If Dak Prescott can't be an offensive coordinator in his post-football career, then you can lock Jimmy in a closet for the rest of my life because the man just knows football. He's getting to that. He's getting to that. I'm telling you, Kyle, you're on it, man. If we had, I've been saying it, we've got anything that resembled a defense, Dak Prescott would be front runner for MVP, and we could possibly be undefeated. I mean, this offense is a championship offense. Every time we're down, every time we need points, boom, boom, boom. We haven't seen a game where all of a sudden our defense gave up 30-something, our offense only got 17, so we got just walked out the building, right? No, our offense is in every game. Bryce Young, going to hand it off to Rico. That's about all they can do, and because it works, he's going to get 8 of them. 8 of the 10 yards there. Rico is absolutely cooking. That's going to be Shamar James on the tackle. Shout out Shamar James, led the team in tackles last week. 15 total tackles, 8 solo, right? And really balled out. And a really good tackle there. Like, that's a really solid form tackle by Shamar James. I know Rico Dowdle gets 8 yards, but good to see Shamar James playing as well as he is. That's a 5th-round rookie pick that was supposed to be sort of a project, and because Jack Sanborn has not played as well and is injured now, he's getting some play time. I'm not sure if somebody's shaken up or if they just decided to call a timeout. That's going to be a Carolina timeout. And it looked like one of the linemen was kind of grabbing at his leg, but I'm not sure. He doesn't look to come off the field, which usually on injury timeouts, they make you come off for a play. So maybe the coach just called a timeout there. Nonetheless, quick 15-second timeout. Dak is 20 for 25 with 215, 3 tutties, no interceptions. George Pickens is already over 120 yards with a touchdown on 8 catches. The man might get him a dozen catches this game. We've got Javonte Williams with a very mild 22 yards on 3 per carry, 3 receptions for 17. The run game is invisible. It's not there, thanks to Derek Brown. And Bryce Young is 11 of 14 with 160 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. Well, actually, so we haven't got a full update on those yet. So, right, I post this drive. We'll get those updated for you. And speaking of this drive, they're going to take the snap, and it's going to be a handoff, a
First
reverse.
down, Carolina.
An end-around kind of reverse. Donovan Wilson comes up and levels him after about a 10-yard gain. Really good, strong hit right there by Donovan Wilson. But they did get the first down. Under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. 2 good blocks on the edge there to seal it. Somebody's mouthpiece came out that got hit so hard. It was a mouthpiece on the field. All right, first down for Carolina. Can this defense get another stop and give Dak Prescott a chance to really take over this game, or are they going to give up points again? About 1:30 to go, 24-20, 1st and 10. Bryce Young is in the shotgun formation, been in that a lot. They are going to hand it to Rico, and guess how many? If you thought a number over 8, you'd be right. Another 8 yards for Rico. They can't. Yeah, if you thought a number over 7, I can't listen. It's too many. They only gave him 7 yards. It's too many. Not enough first down runs went for less than 5 yards against the. I mean, he's running all over us. The numbers are there. You're going to see it when we update it. Rico is having an absolute game, and he said he would. They're going to be in another strong formation. 1 receiver out to the right. Rico in the backfield. Bryce Young is taking all the time in the world. They will hand it off. And he's going to get just the first down. They needed Carolina. 3. He gets 4. So we'll see if Carolina is going to run a play before the half ends. We're at a half a minute. The play clock is just above the game clock. So they don't have to run a play here, but we'll see if they do. The total rushing yards for the team is 148 to 28 for Carolina. They're going to hand it off again because it's working, and he's going to get, guess how many yards? You got it, 7 or 8. On first down, that's going to be a 2nd and 3 as we end this quarter. Rico Dowdle is having another game of his lifetime against the Dallas defense. I'm sure he's thrilled about that. I am not. Thank you. What I am thrilled about is you guys. What I am thrilled about is you guys hanging out with Jimmy, making it a day, making it a game, and hopefully our offense can make it a game to remember because our defense is not going to do much for us. Listen, here's what I'm going to do for you. If our defense ends up making the play that wins this game, and I'm not just talking about Dak Prescott's taking the lead and then they get like a game-sealing interception when they're trying to drive down and make the lead. I'm talking about like makes the play, like right here, like Carolina's driving. It's the 4th quarter. They're driving or something like that, and then boom, big fumble and fumble recovery that gives the offense the ball back that can then milk the clock or something. If they make the play that seals the game, wins the game, it feels like. If the defense does that, because I'm telling you right now, it's going to have to be the offense. I'd put, even though I ain't got much of it, I'd put all of my money on the fact that this offense is going to have to be the one to make the play to win this game. But if our defense is the side of the ball that actually makes the play to win this game, I'll go on a 3-day fast. All right, seriously, because I don't think it's going to happen. And anybody who knows Jimmy knows I like to eat, so that's saying a lot. Oh, by the way, Dr. Pepper, I just want to remind you what they do in Fanville. They fan responsibly. So hit us up. We like sponsors. We've got boots on the ground. Again, shout out to Cuts by Jones. Shout out to Mike Tagg out there in Charlotte, in Carolinaville, hanging out, representing, probably getting loud, saying it proud with their chest. That's what they do. And look at this. So we've got, wow. This is just, okay. I don't even have to say anything. That explains it all. Wow, wow, wow. That's not how you play football. That's not how you football responsibly. That's going to be a fine call. I'm telling you. Oh, boy. Well. Oopsie. I would probably, I'm going to say 2 or 3 penalties coming. Fines, 2 or 3 fines coming for Carolina. All right. Bryce Young's going to be under center. He's going to turn around, give it to Rico, who's going to bounce it out to the left. He's got a blocker. He's going to cut it up the middle, and he's going to have another 15 to 20-yard gain. 2nd and 3 is going to turn into first down. In the red zone, it looks like. We cannot stop the run. I don't know. And listen, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, in the Mike McCarthy era, we could not stop the run. We all assumed we could stop the run because teams were only throwing it on us. I don't think this defense can do either. This defense is, in a year where our offense might be I'm not even going to say might. In a year where our offense is no doubt the best in the league, our defense is without a shadow of a doubt the absolute worst. Is that Marshawn? Did they activate him for this game? I thought he was still sidelined for another game. Jimmy missed that in the injury report this morning. Sorry about that. It sure looked like 94. Could have been 54. 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard gain on first down. Rico Dowdle's still in there. They just want to keep giving it to him. They're going to motion to the left, fake it. Bryce Young rolls out and throws it to Rico, who actually gets stopped after a gain of about 2 or 3. He looks a little gassed. I think he's going to call for somebody to come in. Yeah. That was a little bit of pride getting the best of him, because if they run that play with a pair of fresh legs, he's probably getting in the end zone. Rico was actually a little gassed there, and Osa was able to catch him on the outside. We really need a stop here. 3rd and 3 inside the red zone. We're on the inside the 10-yard line. We're on the 6-yard line. 3rd and 3, 7-yard line, strong formation. And we are going to get a timeout, Dallas. Shotty did not see what he liked. We looked out, man. I'm telling you, there was 2 tight ends on the right side. The communication didn't look there for the defense. Shotty didn't appreciate it. He calls the timeout. He wants to make sure we don't give up a touchdown right here. Or at least he felt we were going to give up a touchdown, so he stopped it from happening. All right. 13:04 left in this ball game. 3rd and 3. The play call is in. Bryce Young breaks the huddle, goes to the line of scrimmage and lines up in shotgun again, which we have seen most of this game. At least I feel like a lot of it. 4 down linemen on the line of scrimmage for Dallas. That looks familiar. We've got some communication on the left side for Dallas. Is it going to be the right communication? They do hand it off to the fresh pair of legs. He's going to get down to the 2, which is going to bring up a 1st and goal from the 2.
First down, Carolina.
Now, they just ran their way all the way down there, so I would be hard pressed to say that Dallas stops 4 straight runs from Carolina right here. If I'm the Carolina head coach, I'd just run the ball 4 times. 1st and goal from the 2. Down 4. Don't care for the 3. They're going to have 3 wide receivers on the field. One of them's going to go in motion left and then back out to the right. They're looking his way. Pressure kind of gets there. Bryce Young gets out of the pressure. Bryce Young makes an absolute great move to get out of the pressure. What a play by him, and finds Ted McMillan in the back of the end zone, and that's going to be a Carolina touchdown. Almost got there. I mean, it's hard to hold up, right, for that long. Pressure almost gets there. Rico chips Sam Williams just enough that he only gets a hand on him. Bryce is able to shake it off. And once again, Donovan Wilson just not holding up in coverage. If there's a touchdown allowed stat on single defensive players, I would have to go out on a limb here and make a guesstimation that Donovan Wilson has the most touchdowns allowed on our defense as a single player. As far as like responsibility, assignment, you're manned up, you're responsible. Trevon Diggs is throwing his hands up in the replay. He can't believe it. Donovan Wilson, once again, for the 2nd time in this game, punching at a ball that's already been caught by Ted McMillan for a touchdown. So I don't know what the all 52 is going to look like on Dono this week, but I don't think it's going to be great. With all that being said, 12-19 left in the ball game, 27-24 Dallas. We're going to get some Carolina stats updated for you. Rico's cooking. Bryce Young just threw another touchdown. The defense is getting embarrassing. It's getting to the point of embarrassment. It really is. I'm trying to remember, and you guys can help me out in the chat. I'm trying to remember a time that a Dallas defense was this bad. I'm not joking. In both aspects of the game. Like I said, we were fooled by a run defense just because our pass defense was so bad nobody cared to run it. When a team decides we're just going to go strong packages, we're just going to run it on you. Seems to be working. Speaking of working, we do it because we love it. but nonetheless, it requires endless hours of nights to put together these overlays in this show for you. It requires a lot of working by your guy Landry's Legend, off scene and off script here, doing everything we can to update these stats and bring you real time and update up to time, fun, entertaining, the Star We Are version of a Cowboys watch along. And today's watch along is brought to you by no one, but it could be if you want to sponsor us. But we do have a couple brands that we like to shout out. You know, we've got we're an ambassador for a couple brands. We got Cowboy Revolution Apparel Company. Pretty cool stuff. When you want to revolt because your Cowboys feel like they need a revolution and they're just not playing very well and you want to take off your Dallas Cowboys hat, get your other Cowboy hat at Cowboy Revolution Apparel Company. Use promo code TSWA. They'll give you 15% off all the merch they have in the store. You can stack that with their other stuff, right, with their other promo codes. Also, Dubby Energy. If a 3.5-hour playoff baseball game is just too much to watch, 4 or 5, and it just goes into 15 innings like the ALS did the other night, then grab you some Dubby Energy, and you can last all 15 innings. Use promo code TSWA. That's going to get you 10% off all their energy products. After Jalen Moreno-Cropper return on the Carolina kick, it's going to be out to about the 30. Dakota MVP Prescott is going to once again take the field. And it's so bad that they really don't like to give MVP awards to losing teams or to teams that aren't winning a lot. But this defense is absolutely disgusting, and Dak Prescott deserves so much more than this. He's lined up under shotgun. He's going to hand it to Javonte. That was actually blocked up, probably the best I've seen us block it up, but it only goes for about 5. There's just no hole at the end of it, but he went for those 5 virtually untouched. So it's going to be 2nd and 5 here, 12 minutes on the clock, 30 on the game clock. The 2-2-1 Dallas Cowboys trying to get over 500. The 2-3 Carolina Panthers trying to get to 500 on the backs of this Dallas defense that is playing so poorly today. Javonte Williams on the left, Dak Prescott under shotgun again. He's going to drop back. He fakes the shoulder. He's got time to look around. He goes underneath, but it just wasn't there. The coverage got there. What he was looking for with the shoulder fake, the double move, didn't pan out. Update around the league. You've got a tie ball game out in Indianapolis with the Cardinals and the Colts going at each other. Josh Downs with a touchdown to tie that game. Dak Prescott he's in shotgun here again. He's changing the play. Brock Hoffman gets a little cue. He's going to snap the ball with about 5 left on this play clock. He drops back. He's got time. He's looking, and he finds him. George Pickens again, who breaks a tackle. Oh, my gosh. This is going to happen again. Oh, he's not going to quite make it all the way, but he's going to punch somebody on the way out of bounds. George Pickens, listen. Wow. George Gargantuan, gigantic, mammoth, behemoth Pickens. I mean, I don't even know what to call this guy. He's a unicorn. There's no one like this. I haven't seen this guy. This is crazy. Dak Prescott again standing in there and taking a shot, which would look like kind of a late hit if you ask me. And George Pickens just cooking this Carolina secondary, and Dak Prescott finding it every time he does. We're going to hand it off to Javonte here, who's going to get a mediocre 2.5, 3 yards maybe. Run game just being present, right? Run game's not doing anything, but that we're running the ball, right? We're staying true to it. Shotty's saying, look, we're not just going to let you start dropping back and taking Dak's availability away. We are still going to hand it off on first down. We're going to keep you honest. And obviously that speaks a lot to we used to see Mike McCarthy get away from the run, right? And because you would get scared and that you need to give your quarterback a few extra downs. Good on Shotty to say, hey, my quarterback only needs 2nd and 3rd down. We're still going to run this thing on first. And so 2 wide receivers to the right. Pickens still on the sideline. That's Tolbert. Play action. Hunter Luepke checks the blitz, and then Dak Prescott is going to float it, to a Schoonmaker who tries to reach out and one hand snag it kind of on the sideline of the end zone. Dak did everything he could on the run to just kind of float it and give the guy a play. Looks like he maybe can hit this. Schoonmaker just not quite the athlete Ferguson is. Almost brings it in, man. Real close. Real close. That touchdown play was there. Ouch. So that's going to leave you in a 3rd and 8. The crowd getting loud there. Dak Prescott with 2 hands over his helmet trying to hear this call from Shoddy. We're going to be in the shotgun again. Dak Prescott hasn't been lined up under center, I think, one time this drive. 3rd and 8 from the 18. 10.5 minutes on the clock. Dak Prescott drops back. He's looking left, fires, and he's got him open. That's going to be Jake Ferguson. Gets separation.
First down, Cowboys.
Great play. Dak Prescott again, just finding it, just being patient, finding it, and then delivering good stuff. Jake Ferguson with the little double move to create the separation. Wow. This offense is absolutely cooking. This is a championship offense, guys. I don't know how you stop it. Every time I get worried, like we're gonna get stalled, it's another first down and another great play. That's going to be Jake's 3rd for 34 yards and his touchdown, of course. We're going to have Dak under center, I believe, for the first time this drive. Pickens on the left, Tolbert on the right. Oh, it's going to be a fumbled snap, and I don't know who this is going to go to. Oh, my goodness. This did not just happen. I think Brock Hoffman snapped the ball before Dak Prescott ever even asked for it, and Dak Prescott falls on it. Goodness. Cam Newton take lessons. This isn't even Dak Prescott is crawling after being tackled on his hands and knees to get that football. This is a regular season week 6 game against Carolina. This ain't even the Super Bowl. And he just put his life on the line for that football and his team. The MVP in shotgun, once again, motion out to the left. Ball is snapped. Dak Prescott looking right, throws it up. Oh, and Pickens just kind of a little off the route. Pickens flattens out his route when Prescott's expecting him to hit the fade. And so they're going to just be off, so marginally. Pickens gets his left fingertips on it, but just not quite enough. I think Dak Prescott is expecting a little more of a bent post route, and Pickens kind of flattens it out a little too much. Oh, that's 2 really close touchdowns on this drive. Okay. 9:28 left to go. 10 on the play clock. Dak just got us out of the huddle, so we got to hurry up here. We got 7 on the play clock. Everybody's just getting into position. Pickens in the slot. 3, 2. Dak gets it off. He's looking right, looks back to his left, gives it over the middle just to try to get something out of it.
And the only thing else I got
it
to
does
say
nothing. It's going to hit the ground. That's going to be a 4th and goal from about the 8. They're not going to go for that. You got to roll Brandon Aubrey out here and try to tie the game. Stalls out a great drive, 2 potential touchdown plays, and it just stalls out. A fumbled snap by Hoffman kills us on first down there. Okay. Let's go, Butter. Roll Brandon out here. Let's get this done. Brandon Aubrey for a 28-yard attempt with 9:23 on the clock. And he's going to be right down the center for a 27-27 ball game with exactly 9:20 to go in the 4th quarter in Charlotte, North Carolina. Jimmy J on the call. Landry L on the 1s and 2s in the background, mixing it up, bringing you all the good stuff. Spinning this record, and boy, are we trying to spin this record to a positive. We're trying to get to 3-2 and 1. Carolina's trying to get to 3-3 and not 2-4. This defense is trying to do everything they can to give this game away. Dak Prescott is trying to do everything he can to keep it alive. George Pickens having an astounding game. Dak Prescott, again, just willing and dealing. Like I said, I think if I'm not sure who it was on, and I'm sure they'll get over there and talk, and I'm sure both of them will take credit for it. The Pickens play looked like it should have been there. He had the separation, just a misread on the route and the distance of the throw. And then again, the Schoonmaker play, it looks like Dak can kind of set it on him a little better, but he kind of throws that up, I think, expecting the Ferguson type athleticism, and it just doesn't. Schoonmaker can't quite reel it in. Nonetheless, we tied the ball game after a pretty long drive. I would say, golly, that drive had to be 8 to 10 plays. It felt like. Javonte not doing much this game. We're getting some updated stats for him there. It's been a very, very, very mediocre game. Actually, less than par. the fact that we were the third or fourth best run team coming into, this week in the league. And Jimmy called us, said we were going to be the fourth best run team in the league by the end of the season. Today did not help that account. 29 yards at 2.2 per carry. It's not going to do it. He's got 3 catches out of the backfield for 17, which is almost irrelevant. Oh, boy. We've got 5 likes. We've got 7 of you guys hanging out in here and watching. If you are one of those 7, we thank you so much. Jimmy J appreciates it. Landry appreciates it. Sammy appreciates it. And make sure you catch the 3 of us on our Thursday show at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Star We Are will be live. We will be bringing you the goods, talking about the road to 6, bringing you the star stats of the week, spinning the record and telling you where we're at, doing all the right things. Sammy bringing you the news around the league and the Cowboys up-to-date news. And so catch us on Thursdays, catch us on Tuesday or Wednesday morning sometime, just depending on when Jimmy decides to go AM mayhem and let it all out. And depending on how this game goes, this may be a very interesting AM mayhem. Brandon Aubrey is going to low boot this one. It's going to be recovered at the 7 and very good coverage. This is going to be stopped at about the 17-yard line. That's about the best special teams play we've made so far. Looks like it was led there by Reddy Stewart and Mary Sluefowl. And I can confirm that by the fact that he stayed on the field and walked back into the defensive huddle. Speaking of defensive huddle, I don't need a defensive huddle. I need a defensive play made. This can be the moment. Like Jimmy said, 3-day fast. Can the defense be the game changer? Can the defense be the game breaker? Pick 6, forced fumbles, something. Make it happen. Bryce Young is under center, motion from right to left. They're going to be in some sort of a strong package, again, with everybody in tight, 2 bunched wide receivers. He comes back in motion to the right, but they will just hand it off to Rico Dowdle, who Jadeveon Clowney gets a hand on behind the line of scrimmage, but he is able to sneak out for about 3 yards after the initial contact. Just over 9 minutes to go. Now just under. 2nd and 7. 25 on the play clock. At Bank of America Field, Rico Dowdle looking to run us off his new home field. Can he do it? Bryce under center again here. Play action this time. Donovan Wilson's going to cause some pressure and force. Now, I think that's actually going to be a hold on 82. Donovan Wilson gets loose after the tight end lets him go and causes Young to throw it into the dirt. But it looks like previously the tight end had his arm around Wilson's waist. So this might be a hold. Let's see what the call is. It's going to be a flag on Carolina. Rather than take the 10-yard penalty. Okay. Correction. It wasn't the hold. They didn't call a hold. It was an illegal formation. So Schottenheimer decides to decline that illegal formation, which makes it 3rd and 7 here. I was thinking, 2nd and 17 sounds better than 3rd and 7, but it wouldn't have been a 10-yard penalty. So 3rd and 7 here. Can we get off the field? This would be big. 8:35 on the game clock, 10 on the play clock, and they're not even out of there. They're going to have to call a timeout. They're not even out of the huddle, and there's 6 to go on the game clock. On the play clock. And they're not resetting it for them, are they? No. 2nd timeout called by Carolina. So as Jimmy takes a quick break, we'll throw up the break screen real quick, but we're just going to take a quick TV commercial break timeout, and Jimmy will be right back with you. And we are right back. 3rd and 7, 15 on the play clock after the Carolina timeout. Bryce Young, by no surprise, is going to be in shotgun again. We're going to have a lot of guys on the line of scrimmage. I like this look. James Houston on the far left of it. We've got about 6 guys on the line. There is going to be a flag here. That's going to be a false start. Beautiful. That couldn't have worked out any better. Keep that 3rd down running, coach. That's going to be, we got a flag on Carolina. That's going to be a false start. That's going to back them up another 5. That's going to be a 3rd and 12. And this is going to be a big, big third down for Dallas to get out of. James Houston on the left, the snap in, Bryce in shotgun. Pressure gets there, and the ball is deflected because the pressure got there, so the ball came out wobbly, and that's going to be a 4th and 12. Looks like Kenny Clark, James Houston, and a couple Dallas defenders get there and crash down. 4th and 12. We got off the field. There we go. As bad as this defense has been, they just got off the field in a really, really pivotal moment where Dak Prescott just went and made a great drive, a bunch of great plays to score 3, and now you give your MVP caliber playing quarterback another chance to now go take the lead. This is big, right? Because even 3 takes the lead at this point. No fouls here on the punt. Come on, this has to be fielded clean. This has to be done right. The kick comes out. Nobody touched the kicker. It's going to be played by Moreno Cropper, who's going to make one guy miss and actually have some room. And yeah, he's going to get he gets caught after that, but he gain of about 12. And so here we go. Dak Prescott is going to get maybe the best field position he's had all game long. With no Javonte Turpin, that's a weird statement, right? We're going to get this at about the 36-yard line, and it might be Dak's best field position all game. With Javonte Turpin, what did last year we averaged getting the ball at like the 41? It was insane. And with a kicker like Aubrey, we were only 12 yards away from points, and so that was a pretty good weapon for us last couple years. Oh boy, getting crucial. 8.5 to go, I believe. Kyle says, I've always wondered, are you and Landry brothers? Well, from different mothers. Yes, we are not blood brothers, but we are definitely lifelong friends. We grew up in the same town. We met each other in our school days. We used to make music together in our past. We've done a couple different ventures in life together, and so the Star We Are is just another one. And so, while the technical answer is no, the fan responsible answer is yes, Kyle. We are brothers. How is that not PI? Yeah, that's a good question. Thank you for being with us again, Kyle. If we had a defense, we'd be a contender, no doubt. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here we go. When we get back from this commercial break, what are we going to see? Because the way Dak Prescott is feeling right now and seeing things and reading things, I need Shoddy to go ahead and the last couple drives, Jimmy said, even though we've been stalled out on the run, I like the fact that we're showing it and still making it present. The fact that your defense just got you a pretty quality stop and got off the field and you have some sort of field position, I would almost right now go into a 2-minute offense, put the personnel I want on the field, and let Dak Prescott go to work from the line of scrimmage. Call the plays quick, get Carolina reeling, and try to see if we can just go boom, 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 and really put some heat on them. And then give our defense, who just made a decent stop, some confidence. But that's just Coach Jimmy speaking. We'll see what we do here. Greg Olsen, I'm not gonna lie, you guys probably got to get a haircut before coming on next week. Greg, I can't tell if that's his hair or his headphones. What a tight end though, right? What a player. All right, here we go. Dak Prescott under center. Javonte Williams in the backfield. Flournoy is going to come in motion from left to right. It will be play action. We're going to go back to Javonte, who's going to get hit in the backfield for a loss of like 8. And Landry, you heard that, he's not happy. You at the 40-yard line, the best field position you've had all game, and you throw the ball 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. I hate the play call. I was just talking about Shoddy doing something cool, and that was not good. Luckily, that was only a loss of 5. I guess they gave him some kind of forward progression. 2nd and 15. Lost some of the gifted field position. We're going to be at the 41 here. Dak's in shotgun, as he should be. He's going to look right. He's going to look left. He's going to check it to Javonte Williams, who gets tackled again. for this has to be another 6-7 yard loss. I don't know if the pressure got there. I don't know if Shotty's just calling these plays because he's thinking they're going to work. That's just Javonte Williams needs to just slap that ball into the dirt. We're at 3rd and 22. 3rd and 22 from the best field position we've had all game long.
We just lost 12 yards in 2 completions.
2 complete passes minus 12 yards. And now Carolina just gets to sit back, run soft coverage. Dak Prescott's in shotgun. Throw it up. Send somebody on a 9 and throw the thing up. And we're going to check it down. And the ball gets tipped, barely caught. It goes for maybe 5 yards. I hate everything about it. Worst 3 and out of the game. Worst offensive series of the game for Dallas right there. That was absolutely atrocious. That's as bad as it gets, folks. I'm sorry for the people in here watching. That was horrible. I'm sorry, Jimmy just had to call that mess. Completion -5. Completion -7. Completion 3 yards. Well, they did what I said. They let that throw it every time. I just don't know what was called, and I don't know what Brian Anger gets the punt off here. It's going to be called for fair catch at the 14. He kind of muffs the punt, but he gets back on it. Hunter Renfro takes it in. 6:07 left on the game clock. Tie ball game. This game should not be tied. We should be winning, but our defense sucks. It's that simple. Our defense can't stop anybody. And you can say, oh, well, Jimmy, but what about, the Carolina defense? Do they suck just as bad as Dallas? Because Dallas also has just as many points. It's a tie ball game, 27-27. And to that, I would say, no, I don't think it's as bad, because if you look at the way they've taken away our run, we cannot run the ball. And if you look at the way they've been scoring, it's guys running wide open downfield and guys not coming up with them, right? It's gashing runs for 9, 10, 11, 12 yards at a time. That's different than Dak Prescott changing plays at the line of scrimmage, throwing dots, like making things happen, right? That's different. When our defense is just giving things away and Dak Prescott is out there taking things away. So, no, I can't say the defenses are equal just because the score is tied. One quarterback is having to work for it. One defense is just giving it up. I mean, I'm not taking any credit away from Bryce or Rico Dowdle having a great game or their offensive line for blocking it up like they are. I'm just saying it's different. It's gashing plays every time they call something and get something down the field, while Dak Prescott is having to methodically go out here and play week after week some of his best games of his career to keep us in the game. And it's getting hard to watch. Thank you, Kyle, for the MVP chats. That number 4 deserves it. He deserved it in 23, and he's proven it again this year. And unfortunately, he had the defense in 23 to earn it. He doesn't have the defense this year to earn it. Dak Prescott can play like this or better for the rest of the season, and he cannot win MVP because this defense will not allow him to win more than 8 games. You look at Dak Prescott's numbers at the end of this year, and if we win less than 9 games, I would challenge you that no quarterback is going to have a year like Dak Prescott's going to have and have that crappy of a record. Just watch. They're showing some of the highlights right now if you're watching on Fox along with Jimmy here in the home studio. Just some of the wide open nonsense that Dallas has given up. Insane. Carolina had 3 20-plus yard plays all season coming into this week. They got 3 this game. You see what I'm saying? That's a difference. They're not an explosive team. Our defense is an explosive, allowing defense. We give up big plays. Teams don't take them from us. Oh, I somewhat digress as Bryce Shaw is lined up in shotgun again. Motion from right to left by Xavier Legette. It's going to be handed off to Rico. One of the few times I was able to say it, I believe that was Kenny Clark, who just made a beautiful play. Actually, no, that was my guy Marshawn Nealon. Let's go 9-4. 9-4 on the stop of a gain of about 2 there. So 2nd and 8 for Carolina. Come on, defense. Prove me wrong. You got a decent stop last time, and the offense just went out and got stalled. Give me another stop. Let's go. Bryce Young in shotgun again. 5 wide receivers. I believe that's the running back out to the right, Rico. 4 rushers. Pressure does get there a little bit, and it forces a throw into the dirt. Good job. Somebody beat their guy. Somebody came on, I believe, on a stunt. Looked like Diggy. No, it was Kenny. Okay, they kind of switch over. Kenny Clark gets there, applies just enough pressure to force Bryce Young to throw it earlier than he wanted. Can't quite hit the receiver. So, can you complete the quick 3 and out? 3rd and 8 here. 20 seconds left on the play clock. 5:26 on the game clock. Tie ball game. Bryce Young again in shotgun. Rico Dowdle to his right. 3 wide receivers to his left. It looks like we're bringing a blitzer here. We do bring 5. Pressure does get there, and that's going to look like a hands to the face. Oh, boy. I'm glad Jimmy's don't know. Yeah, they threw it. I thought maybe Jimmy was the only one who saw it, but that's going to somebody touched Bryce Young's face mask, I believe. Let's see what they call here. They're going to call a pass interference on defense. I didn't see that one. Nonetheless, this is going to be probably that throw was about 12 yards downfield, so that's going to be a penalty on us. Specifically, it's going to be on Kyer Elam, who just comes up and just grabs Xavier Legette as the ball's on the way. Just hugs him. 1st and 10 in the shotgun from the 31. They're going to hand it off to Rico, and he's going to do the usual 8-yard gain on 1st down. That's just another day at the first down office for Rico Dowdle with 8 yards. First undrafted player since 1970 with back-to-back 200-plus scrimmage yard games. The man just went for 200 on us after telling you all week he was going to go for 200 on you. Soft defense. You're soft. 192 rushing yards. 31 rushing yards for Dallas. 4 men on the line. Bryce Young lined up in shotgun. Reddy Stewart's going to blitz here, but it was going to be handed off on the motion. So it's going to be an end around. It does get stopped. It's going to be another 3rd down. Look, come on, guys. 3rd and 1. Oh. I mean, they've got us so focused. They've got us so focused on Rico guys that they can almost do what they want. Luckily, they kind of run into each other there on the end around, which slows them down, or that probably goes for a first. Nonetheless, if you're in here with us, hit the like, hit the subscribe. It is 3rd and 1. Let's go. We need a 3rd down stop. 4 men on the line of scrimmage. They're in a jumbo package. They've got 2 guys tucked in tight. They will fake it. Bryce Young's going to find a wide open tight end who tries to jump Donovan Wilson, but just ends up jump kicking him instead. And he's going to be out of bounds after about a 15 or 16-yard gain. We just struggle to get off the field, and Wilson's going to look hurt after that. He stays on the sideline immediately after that tackle. Oh yeah, that looked like a jump kick. I mean, it looked like an Antonio Brown. I'm going to line up and jump kick you in the chest because you're in my way. Bryce Young is in shotgun again. Rico Dowdle right behind him. This is a very similar formation. They've ran this a lot. Twin wide receivers on the right. They will hand it to Rico. He'll get about 4. Rico Dowdle just crossed the 200-yard rushing mark. I believe he's got 260 total. No, I mean, not that many. We'll get the stats all lined up soon, but he's absolutely just having the game of his life. If it wasn't last week, it's this week. It's 172 rushing, 56 on the ground for a total of 228. Absolutely stellar. I was a little over on the rushing yards. Bryce Young under shotgun again. Rico Dowdle to his left, who I don't know how he's not out of gas yet. Ted McMillan on the left side. They will hand it to Rico again, who runs into a blocker. He's only going to get about the same 3 or 4 he got the last game or the last gain. Marshawn Needham getting up from the bottom of the pile, and it's going to look like a 3rd and 3.5 with 3 minutes left on this game clock. So Carolina's really milking this thing. I believe they're just on the outskirts of field goal range. So a big stop here could possibly result in a punt that's very much needed, because a 1st down here results in them being able to burn a lot of clock. Bryce Young is in shotgun again. We need to make the play of the game right here on defense. Let's go. The ball is snapped. There's going to be a little pressure. Bryce Young is going to throw it. Somebody's on the ground. I don't know. They're not going to call anything. Check McMillan just tripped. They were looking at Trevon Diggs wanting a flag, but no flag is going to come out. So this is going to be, I believe, what looks like a 58 or 9-yard field goal if they choose to attempt it. I'm assuming they will. Their kicker seems to be pretty decent from distance. And that's definitely a flag on Trevon Diggs. That is definitely a missed call. That is 100% a Trevon Diggs flag, and Carolina could easily have a first down. They're going to go for it on 4th and 3 here. This could be the game. Do not jump off sides, but do not give this up. There's going to be no running back in the backfield. They're going to be empty here, 5 wide. They're testing Dallas. Can you stay with us man-to-man? We can't let Bryce Young take off running here, and they're just going to get the easiest 6-yard slant route in the world.
How could you stop it?
Just the easiest 6-yard slant route. Like, it looked like they could line that up and run it all game. No, they're going to take this probably all the way down to the 2-minute warning. And as well as and that's what I was talking about. That was such a huge play. There's no way they're snapping this before the 2-minute warning. That's not going to happen. So we're going to go ahead and get it to the 2-minute warning here. They're going to take this thing down. That was so huge. That moment right there was pivotal because now that they're in field goal range and the way they can run the ball, and they have the 2-minute warning is gone now, we have to start calling timeouts. They have full control. We have to put them in a 3rd and long situation to force them to kick the field goal. And again, this could already be the situation Jimmy spoke about. The team with the ball last can win it. And there's a very good chance, a very real chance right now that we don't see the ball again. If you call your 3 timeouts and end up in a 3rd and 2 or something like that, and they get it, or a 4th and 1 and they get it, then they are in the position to walk off with a field goal. You still have to make it, but we've already seen this kicker put one through from 55. I don't feel confident in him missing one from even where they're at now. I'm going to get a few stat updates here for you. We know Carolina is driving, but Landry is working hard to bring you accurate information. Rico Dowdle is having an absolute game, and so we are trying to bring you the info as quick as accurately as we can. Oh my goodness, man. I'm a nervous wreck, guys. I can't do this. Yeah, I'm going to go off screen for a second and puke and beat my head against the wall. Sorry, forgive me. Sorry. I just can't stand it. I can't stand it. Thank you for following. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for tuning in to Jimmy and Landry and the star we are today. Again, Landry working so hard in the background. Jimmy right here in the forefront, trying to bring you the coolest live watch along that we can, stats, updates, color commentary, reminding you to do the most important thing a football fan can do in today's world, and that's fan responsibly. And most importantly, trying to get up out of here with a W for these Dallas Cowboys. It's looking like the odds would probably put Carolina at winning this game. I don't know if Jimmy's I would have to say somewhere around 83% to 85% to win this game, because if you just look at the way they've been running the ball, I just don't know how we get them off here. So it's still a really long field goal from here. Bryce Young's going to be under center one of the few times this game. They will hand it off, and he's going to have room, and he's going to get
the worst case scenario.
I mean, what did you think? First down, Rico Dowdle runs.
9.5 yards.
Yep. Because now you can't. Do you call your timeout?
It just takes 30 seconds.
Well, and do you even call your timeout on 2nd and 1? Because are you looking to get the 3 stops here? No. If you call one of your timeouts, you've almost just wasted it.
No, yeah, I would.
And I think we did. We're fixing to look here. I don't know if they stopped this clock. We're going to see. Did Dallas call a timeout? They did. 2nd and 1. Dallas only has one timeout left in this game.
They got, see the ball.
If they get a first down here and we call timeout on the next play and then actually get a stop, we might get 20-something seconds left with the football. We need a punch out. We need a miracle. Let's go. Bryce Young is under center. 1 yard to go. 2nd and 1. 1:52 on the clock. He's going to get. It looks like he doesn't get it, actually. It's real close, but I don't think they're going to give it to him. They did.
First down, Carolina.
So they're on first down with 1:45. We have no timeouts. 3:40-second play clocks is all the time you need. I don't think we get the ball back here, guys. If Jimmy's quick math is correct, they can honestly kneel Bryce Young 3 times and then kick the field goal.
But they won't. They'll go 15-yard rushing so that they definitely make the field goal. So that it's not even
Right. They will probably do. Landry's right. They'll run it a couple times just because they can get more yards. Now, I guarantee you, they've just communicated you do not run into the end zone.
matter. It's already only a 4-yard field goal. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It's already a fucking chip in.
Right.
I told you
Yeah.
that that's what would happen.
Right.
You know, I said there would be 15 though.
Yeah.
Not just
Well,
20,
and we weren't even trying to
15.
take. We let them. You see that? We were all moving away.
No, that's still not. They're not going to go to the end zone.
No, they're not. They're not, but we were always going to give that up. Yep.
No, I know.
Yep. This clock is going to tick. This game is going to tick me off.
All on 100%.
Defense sucks. Dak Prescott's an MVP. This Dallas defense is the worst in the league. This Carolina offense wasn't even that good. Bryce Young is now in victory formation, taking a knee. They'll do that. They'll do that one more time. Our game clock is accurate. Landry is absolutely putting together a stunning performance to the day. My MVP today is Landry's Legend behind the scenes, bringing you the most updated and accurate information. My MVP every day is my wife and my children. And my MVP of the season is going to be Dak Prescott, regardless of what happens, because I like it. I like how they just try to, our team just tried to jump over the pile in a victory formation. So Carolina is going to let this clock tick down, probably to about 3 to 2 seconds. They'll call their last timeout. They're all hugging like they've won. And I would love nothing more than for all those early victory hugs to turn into a missed field goal or a blocked field goal. They are hugging themselves as if the game is won already. And their kicker is not named Brandon Aubrey. He is good. He is accurate. This is very short. Can Dallas do the unthinkable? If you're one of the 8 watching in here, I need you to put block in the chat. We've got time. If you're with me in here, I need you to write block in the chat. How many people can we get? That was just so weak. They're showing the replay of the 3rd down that we needed to stop when they just ran the easiest 7-yard slant. No, Kyle, we don't have a Discord yet. We'll be linking that up. Here comes, they're lining up for the kick. They called the timeout. 33-yard attempt. Block in the chat if you got it. No timeouts to be called by either team. There's the snap. There's the kick. Dallas loses. 30-27. Another football team that's not any good beats our Dallas Cowboys because this defense doesn't know how to do anything but give up 30 or plus points. This defense doesn't know how to do anything but give up 30 plus points. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm going to say it one more time. This defense doesn't know how to do anything but give up 30 plus points. And it's sickening. If I'm Dak Prescott, I'm losing my mind on my locker room. I'm taking every defensive player's helmet and throwing it in a dumpster somewhere if I'm Dak Prescott. I'm serious. I'm walking into the locker room and I'm pointing fingers and I'm pointing blame. My offense has to score 34, 38 every week to win a game. We're going to have to score 34 to 40 points every single week to try to win games. How many points did it take to beat the Giants, Landry? 40. Landry, remember how many points it took to beat or to tie the Packers? 40.
Yeah, it's Twitter.
You know how many points we put up on the Jets? 37.
Look at this.
This dirty playing bottom of the barrel football team just beat us. I'm sorry, they didn't beat us. Our defense beat us. Our defense beat themselves. Our defense beat our offense. That's how bad our defense is. Our defense beats our own offense every single week. Pathetic. Before I get out of here, guys, I'm going to leave a few notes. Dak Prescott balled out 22-31, 269. Oh, well, we didn't get his final. So we're going to go 25 of 34 for 261 with 3 touchdowns, no picks. Absolute stellar performance. George Pickens ended up with 9 catches for 168. It's about 19 yards a catch. I mean, just offense cooked. Without a CeeDee Lamb, we're cooking. Rico Dowdle got just as many yards as almost Dak Prescott. 34 touches for Rico Dowdle. Listen, they told Matt Eber, I want to call you more than Floos. Matt, they told you all week Rico Dowdle is going to be the star of our offense, and he's gonna destroy us. Yeah, I see you, Green. I see you, buddy. Hey, you said it. Y'all beat Dallas technically on the scoreboard, but you know that our defense beat us, bro. Matt Eberflus. Carolina told you all week. Rico Dowdle gonna get 200 again on you. Rico Dowdle's a violent runner. We want to make Rico Dowdle the star of our offense against Dallas. I want 30 touches. We heard all this stuff all week. They told you they were going to beat you in that way and then did it to you. If you felt confident last week beating an 0-4 Jets team because this defense finally held somebody to less than 28, you were wrong. We were all wrong. This defense can't hold anybody to less than 30, and I don't know how Vegas does it every single year. They had us as a 7.5 win team, but they set our over-under at. They looking right. They looking real right. We're 2-3-1. AM Mayhem, be on the lookout Tuesday or Wednesday morning. The Star We Are live Thursdays at 6 p.m. where Sammy, Landry, and myself will spin the record. We will call out a few stars who are deserving of being one this week. I'm going to try to go enjoy some lunch. I'm going to try to enjoy some dinner and some Sunday night football. And all I ask that you guys to do, even though, you know, and we're going to go be with you a couple more minutes here to give you some real accurate final stats. Landry, again, my MVP of this game is Landry Legend. He is behind the scenes working his tail off, watching what portions of the game he can and just operating like a machine. Shout out to the family and the wife for letting me do this in the home studio and bring you guys the game live. Make sure you hit the subscribe. Make sure you hit the like. Those are about the most accurate, up-to-date stats we have. Of course, the final reports aren't in yet, so we can only be as accurate as our eyes and as everybody else around the league. And as we depart and as we go under 500 into week 7, I ask that you support what we do and support each other. I'll remind you, the lesson of the day and the lesson of all of life is give, give, give. If you've got 3, give 2. If you've got 2, give 1. If you've only got 1, share it. And remember to always, always, always fan responsibly.